Hello, welcome. I'm trying to fix my picture into a circle, but I can't seem to get it there. Oh well. Welcome, welcome on this Monday. Hi, Heath. I hope everybody had a great Monday for a Monday, even though we've officially hit dictatorship status now. Whoop, whoop. Go, America. Yep, I have a really loud hissing sound until I bring up my backup. It's my laptop computer. Can't do anything about it. But we're ready for the SmackDown songs. Let's go. She signs on every day for waiting for MAGA to enter the door. With a this and a that and a sheepish grin. Look out, MAGA, she's about to begin. She's got moxie, it runs through her soul. She's the queen of SmackDown, yeah, it's her role. She invites the MAGA to challenge a fight. Careful where you tread, cause she's got bite. Come see Diava, a crusader of truth. Her sassy one-liners carry more than one tooth. She's bold and she's strong, she's a force to see. Diana is the badass of SmackDown Queens. MAGA tries to argue, but they have no wit. Diana hit him with facts when they start talking shit. Your logic's a mess, your facts are weak. Go step aside, boo, I've got truth to speak. She's got a heart of gold, but a force of steel. Don't ever talk over her, cause she'll make you squeal. From Twitter to TikTok, she's roaming the streets. Diana's got game, and she's hard to beat. See Diana, a crusader of truth. Her sassy one-liners carry more than one tooth. She's bold and she's strong, she's a force to see. Diana is the badass of SmackDown Queens. She's got a megaphone and a platform to preach. Running her show in the TikTok streets. Equality for all and respect for her crew. Come meet Sir Val and Gemma the Jew. With maggots in the corner, looking kind of small as they stumble over word and begin the free fall. Diava delivers the end game stunner. She says, "Oh, look, we have a fighter, a crusader of truth. Her sassy one-liners carry more than one tooth. She's bold and she's strong. She's a force to see. Diava is the badass of SmackDown Queens. So raise up our glasses and give her a follow. Come see her make all the MAGA twits wallow. With her wit and her wisdom, she's got game. Diava's a legend, and we all know her name. Stop being so emotional. That was for you, MAGA. Stop being so emotional. Everybody, thank you, Hey Jude, for my awesome theme song. You can also download Diava SmackDown on Spotify. Add that to your playlist when you go to work out because it is a motivating ass song. I love it. I love it. Let me bring up my backup account and then we'll get started. If you voted for Donald Trump, you're going to hit the guest request button and request on up. If you voted for Kamala Harris, you're going to be making sure those hearts are flying fast and furious. Let's get up to 50K as quick as we can. We still have not hit the For You page, so keep on interacting with the live. Get up on the help me get up on the For You page so we can drive some Trump supporters in here to have some conversations today. So if you guys could do that, I'm bringing up my backup account now. For you guys, actually, I'm on my backup account for the next 7 days or 6 days now. Trying to get it reversed, but until I do, I'll be on this account. I'm going to be bringing up my backup to my backup account on the screen here in just a minute, so make sure you're following that one too. All right. All right, all right. If you voted for Donald Trump, you're going to hit the guest request button, come up and talk to me. Let's talk. We've got a lot to talk about today, and I need to talk to these Trump supporters that voted for this. Oh my God. I can't.
I am so sorry. It was not letting me do it. I'm so sorry. I could not. It wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me mute it. I am so sorry for those of you that had earphones in. That was ear splitting. I'm so sorry. Ah! If you voted for Donald Trump, I want you to hit the guest request. If you voted for Donald Trump, I want you to hit the guest request. If you voted for Kamala Harris, it is not your time yet. I bring up Harris supporters and everybody after 6 p.m. Eastern. So for the first 2 hours, all I bring up is Trump voters. So if you voted for Donald Trump, you need to hit the guest request button. I am so sorry, guys. I know that was loud for me and I couldn't stop it. I had to go to my backup and try to do it off my backup.
How you doing, man?
Hey, is it Brady?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
32, Ohio.
What did you want to say? Thank you for subscribing.
I want to say I voted for Trump for some specific reasons, and I know a lot of people on this app or in the world period think that a lot of us people who support Trump are in some type of cult or just assholes in general.
Well, it is cult-like behavior whenever you guys are not holding him accountable for anything that he's doing, blatantly ignoring the Constitution, ignoring the Supreme Court, ignoring the laws of this country, ignoring the judges, ignoring everyone, which is why we have three branches of government so that we don't have a dictator. But now we do, because now he's openly defying the federal courts by not allowing AP News back into the White House press pool today, which is a clear violation of the First Amendment. And he said in his national television that he was not going to bring Abrego Garcia back. The El Salvadorian president said he's not going to bring him back. And the Supreme Court told him, you got to bring him back 9-0. There's nothing unanimous that comes out of the Supreme Court until now. And he's defying that, which he just today made himself a dictator because he is ignoring the other branches of government.
I voted for Trump for specific reasons, and I'm not even going to lie to you, man. Right now, I'm seeing that Trump doing a few things that I didn't expect him to do, but I voted for him because, I have a daughter. And
that's the dumbest thing I've heard all day so far.
Fuck you, bitch. Suck my dick, you ugly ass bitch. I'm gonna shoot you in your head, bitch. Suck my dick, bitch. You fucking cool, bitch. You
keep him muted. Just keep him muted. Can somebody report him, please? His name is Brady, and his new username is Vegas Brady. It's not letting me report him for anything other than his bio or his username or whatever. Vegas Brady is his at. I'm going to have to restart because he used language that absolutely is going to get me shut down. So I'm going to restart. I'll be right back.
This generation of
Welcome back, everybody. Oh, yeah, that was a threat. Oh, yeah. I have it recorded, too. Every one of these are recorded, so I can go back and clip that part and send it to TikTok if I need to. Everybody, make sure you're liking the button over there on YouTube. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to my page. Thank you, Nisi. Thank you, everybody that reported him. That was a clear threat. I mean, may I come up? That's what the last guy said. I'm pretty sure that people were like, I never. I'll be kind. And that's what they do. Can I come up for just a minute? I don't trust none of y'all fuckers. You guys come up with all that fake nice and then you just crash out like that, threaten my life. Okay. No, like he literally threatened to unalive me. Yep. And didn't mince words either. I didn't infer it. I didn't infer it. He said it. Vegas Brady is his at. Sorry. Jesus Christ. I'm so mad. For some reason, TikTok will not let me mute the screen. I am so sorry. Especially for those wearing. You have to go to his profile and go to the top and report him that way. It's different for me when I'm on a live. I can't do it. It only would let me report him for his name or his bio or something, which had nothing to do with anything. If you voted for Donald Trump, I want you to hit the guest request. Everybody else, keep those hearts flying. We haven't even got to 10,000 yet, so we've definitely not hit the For You page. Please, please, please make sure those hearts are flying, 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 flying. Of course, TikTok will let them off. All right. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button and come on up. All right. No. Rissa, you have 8 followers. I do not bring up anybody that has under 10 because you're usually bots or you're going to come in slurring. So, sorry. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button and come on up. For those of you that were here and witnessed the death threat on my life, Vegas Brady is the guy's at. I see those hearts flying. Good job, guys. We're almost to 20,000. Yeah, that's why I had to start over. He told me what he was going to do to my head. That's Trump supporters for you, baby. Just violent and nasty. Violent and nasty.
Yo, I'm back, you dumb bitch. I'm gonna shoot you in your fucking head and rape you. I'm gonna shoot you in your
Guys, keep him muted. Keep him muted. Keep him muted. Keep him muted. Where in the hell are my moderators? I gotta start over again. This is bullshit. I had to start over again. He said he was going to unalive me and then grape me. This is insane. These people are sick. I need mods in here. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm screaming for everyone to please my moderators to keep him muted. And you have it now, Andrea. Yes, it was the same time. It was the same. It was the same guy. He threatened my life again, but then also was going to grate me afterward. Nisi, I gave you all the powers. I got you. You should have all the powers now. Jace was his name, Jace. And he was actually just in the comment section again trying to come up. So, guys, if you find a Jace, block him. He's obviously has a bunch of accounts and he's going to come up here and try to do it again. Y'all, I have the flash goal of the heart me if you want to knock out that goal for me. I appreciate it. Today's starting out like a bang. Jesus Christ, man. I'm still fucking human. Apparently not. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button. MAGA hasn't sent their very best yet. Yeah, I might be raising it to 100 follows. It's okay, Gen X leftist. I was just angry. I was trying to mute my own account, bringing it up, and I couldn't mute my own account. So if you guys couldn't mute it, I know that. I mean, if it wouldn't let you, it wouldn't let you. I was angry, and I was trying to get him to shut up. But, oh. All right, if you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button. Thank you guys for the kind words. It's just, yes, I'm on my 2.0 for the next 6 days. Thank you guys for the. Well, I've had my life threatened twice now. And then after he was going to unalive me, he was going to grate me. So, yeah. Good times. These Trump voters are gross. Be glad you guys missed it. If you missed it, I could have it clipped, but I don't know if there's anything I could do because they come up here with, Vegas Brady. Like, who's going to find them? But a bunch of you reported him, so hopefully he gets taken down. Anyway, if you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button. I'm scared to even bring anybody up at this point, but am I okay? I'm going to turn my volume all the way down for a second so I can bring up my second account so it doesn't make that loud squealing noise. Hopefully. Guys, if you have earbuds in, take them out for a second while I bring up my second account in case it doesn't let me mute it again. Quick enough. All right. It's not going to, I'm going to have to I have to wait till it connects. Yeah, it happened twice. The first two guests I brought up, it was the same guy, but he came back after I restarted. I came back again. But I don't know why I'm not surprised because they don't care that they're, not bringing this young man back and that he's stuck in a freaking death camp. These are the kind of people who perpetuate that and think it's okay. And they come up here and they don't even recognize my humanity. Just vile. They're gross. Okay, take your earbuds out. We're going to try one more time. I do not know what's happening, but I cannot mute people. So you guys, for my mods that are in here, if you could possibly, see if you can mute. I don't know. Yeah, I turned my volume all the way down. That's why I didn't screech. So I think that's what I need to do when I bring my account up. Yep, it's there. It's muted. All right. All right, I see. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button. Janera, thank you for the $25 Venmo. He was absolutely disgusting. Keep your chin high. You can get through this like you always do. We love you. Thank you, Janera. I really appreciate you. That was really kind of you. That was very unnerving and uncalled for, but that's Trump voters for you. They're violent and disgusting. 1 second, guest. And Callie, oh, thank you, Callie. Thank you for the $50 Cash App for all this bullshit you have to put up with. Thank you so much. Thank you, Callie. That was incredibly generous. I feel the love. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. No, both sides are not perpetuating violence. Fuck you. It's one side. All you people who voted for a goddamn dictator. Oh, I know who LWP is. I know who he is. I know. I know.
How do Republicans perpetuate violence?
Oh, shut up.
If that's your response, that sounds mighty violent. It sounds like you're the one who's...
Oh, yeah, telling someone to shut up is violent after someone came up here and threatened my life twice and then said he was going to grape me afterward. You guys storming the Capitol on January 6th and beating cops and smearing your shit all over the walls, pissing on the floors. You're not violent? We peacefully protested last Saturday, didn't we? Was there any violence anywhere? No, and there was over 1,500 protests all over the country. Not a damn bit of violence. Throwing Molotov cocktails into Josh Shapiro's house. Miss me. You guys are the violent ones. It's not us. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
41, North Carolina. Like, statistically, it's not conservative suburban dads causing all the problems in this country.
It is white, straight, heterosexual men. Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What?
Statistically, yes. Do you want that to statistic?
Especially not white conservatives who typically are like older family men. It's
No, it's you guys. It's you. Sorry. It's you.
no,
It's you.
mostly unmarried young
It's you.
people.
It's you. No, nope, it's you. It's you. No. It's you.
Where's crime in this country?
It's you.
Who commits all the crime in this country? Where is it? It's not Republican area.
The number one. It's in red states. The 10 states with the highest crime rates are red states.
Yes,
How did I get banned? This is fucking ridiculous. I just got banned for bullying and harassing. I haven't even talked to him yet. Let me appeal. I'm on my backup account. I have come up here, some of you come up and threatened my life and then threatened to grape me afterward. Already. And they shut my life down. After I've literally been hate crime twice up here. I fucking hate TikTok. I just got a ban. I'm repealing real quick. If not, I'll go up on my 3.0. Or maybe I'll just call it a fucking day. Or go to Clapper. Just go somewhere else. This is so crazy. Yeah. Just ridiculous. We're only allowed to have one agent at a time. Like, this is nuts. I'm so entirely sick of TikTok. What'd you say? Okay. Thank you, Starlight Ember. Today's already been one. Like, I'm getting death threats. I'm getting threats of they're going to rape me. And I get taken down for bullying and harassing. Thank you, Nisi. Thank you, everybody. They're after me every day. It's because men are weak and they get in their feefies. But yes, it's leftists and liberals that are getting shut down left and right, and it's not right. I'm appealing it. I don't know if I'm even going to go up on my 3.0 or if I'm just going to go over to Clapper or something. Thank you, Heath. So I don't know. This is nuts. I'm doing an appeal to see if it can get reversed quick, but like, this is crazy. I got a 24-hour timeout. They know you're right, and it pisses them off. I know. Come on, how long does it take to review? This is ridiculous. Right, I've said nothing. Other than who actually commits crime in this country, which is straight white men. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your support. This is really... This is crazy. Everybody that's just... I see I've just jumped 20 people while viewing, so just to catch everybody up. Somehow, even though I've been the one threatened, I got a ban for bullying and harassing. So I'm like, I'm so sick and tired. Right? I'm so over TikTok. It doesn't matter anyway. Anthony, I don't know if you're on YouTube watching, Anthony. I don't know. But I got your $20 Venmo. And you said for some hazard pay for all the uneducated MAGA BS. Thank you. I don't know if you're on here, but I'll definitely send you. I definitely wanted to thank you for the generous donation to my Venmo. I really appreciate that. You guys have been very kind to me today because today's been difficult and quite frustrating. Thank you. I guess I can do, let's see, can I put, okay, under me right here, does it say Diavatalks right there? Because on my view it is. Does it say Diavatalks right there? Okay. I'm going to see if I can change that. Let me see if I can change that. Or where I could add a phone number, because I do have a phone number. So I could do call in if there's any Trump supporters on YouTube that want to call in and debate me. I could do that while we're here. But my appeal just got approved. Should I go back to TikTok? And then tomorrow, maybe I'll add a phone number under there and let people. You can make it large screen. Johnny does that. I don't know how to do all this yet. I'm still learning. I'm so sorry. I've never used these streaming things before. So I won my appeal. So I'm going to go back on TikTok. I'm going to stay here, but I'm going to go back, come up again, and do it again here. I just don't want to give them the satisfaction of shutting me down because I'm not going to let them win. All right. Just because they're high up on their fifis. All right, guys, we are 3, 2, 1 live on TikTok. But y'all can stay here if you want to. Before you leave, though, if you do leave TikTok, if you do leave YouTube, make sure you give it a follow. Make sure you're subscribing, all of those things, so I can build up my YouTube presence because I am really done with TikTok. Welcome back. Can't let them win. I've taken a beating today. Oh, thank you, Heath. We are back. I won my appeal. So we are back again. Woo! They get, Somebody got it out for me. I came back specifically because I'm not going to let them win. All right. Everybody, thank you guys. I know, right? Y'all, I'm sorry. This is like the third or fourth start over, and I keep asking you to put me back on the For You page, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. I see the hearts flying. I see everything going. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Shelly, on YouTube. I want to shout out to my YouTube people. I want to shout out to my Twitch people. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, all the things on YouTube and Twitch so we can build up our YouTube presence over there, because this app right here is not it anymore. It is not it. If you voted for Donald Trump, you're going to hit the guest request button and come on up. Let me bring up my backup account, and then we'll get started if we get some Trump voters in here to come up and chat. Yeah, I love how Harvard University told me to go fuck himself. All right. Make sure you guys are, this is the backup to my backup at the bottom of your screen. Make sure you're following the backup to my backup. Make sure you're following my backup to my backup. Obviously, you know why. Oh, you missed a lot, Topher. Don't worry. You missed a lot, but that's cool. I'm glad everybody's here. I won my appeal, so I am back. If you voted for Donald Trump, you're going to hit the guest request and come on up. It has been the craziest day I think I've had since I've been on this app. And that's saying something. Is there full moon tonight or something? Because Jesus Christ, man. Well, I was off for a little bit because I had to appeal. Tara, thank you for the $30 Venmo. Please know that we are all here for you always. Those people are disgusting individuals. They're not even human. Welcome back. Love you. Thank you, Tara, with an E. Thank you so much, Tara. I really appreciate you guys' support because today has been rough, to say the least. I did not get my main bag. Nope. DJ Tony, my life was threatened twice, and then the second time said he was going to grate me after he unalived me. That was the first two guests. Yes, my backup is muted. Yes, it was the same guy. It was the same guy who came back on a different account and then ramped it up even more. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. His name was Vegas Brady. His @ was Vegas Brady. Brady. Thank you, Rick. And Anthony, I said thank you for the Cash App when I was over on YouTube, but I don't know if you were over there, and I hope you're back here, but thank you so much. I appreciate the support today, guys. Today's been rough. Today's been a little rough so far. I'm like legit scared to bring up the next guest. So all my mods, have your finger ready for the mute button, just in case, please. I'm so scared to bring somebody up now because everyone I brought up has been really, really awful.
Pizza.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, can I get a large pepperoni pizza? 12-piece wings. Large.
Yeah, you need to go to their. You have to go to their profile to report. If you report them from the live, it reports my whole live. So you have to go to their profile picture and then hit report from their profile. If you report from my live, it'll get me shut down too, which probably is what happened. The second one was Jace, Jace, but oh, how cute is that? I've never seen that one. That was so cute. But if you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button and come on up. Demetria, hi.
Hi. So I wanted to say real quick, I don't know if it's the same for every mod, but there's a delay when we're in the comments. But for me, there seems to not be a delay to mute when you're up on the panel. So if you're going to bring somebody questionable up, maybe just bring up a mod to hang out just so they can mute them real fast.
Okay.
Because when I'm in the comments, my mute is very, very, very delayed.
Okay. Thank you.
Just a suggestion.
Thank
no
you.
problem.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Down. I love you. Hi, everybody. I thank you for the gifts.
Thank you so much, Matria. Love you.
Welcome, honey.
All right. I'll bring Val up. He can hang with me. Today's been one for the books. Jesus Christ.
I've seen a lot of that today.
Like I can't even see you. On my screen, now it just popped up. I could hear you the entire time. Today has been insane. I have never had this level of depravity and utter disgustingness from Trump voters, like threatening my life, threatening to grape me, threatening. I mean, this is just disgusting. These people are sick.
Yeah, no, that's not the first live I've seen that in today.
What are libs crying? What are libs crying about today? Justin, why don't you come up here? Oh, you are in the guest request box. Okay.
Hello.
Can you see his box, Val? There we go. It just popped in for me. I don't know why it's so laggy. Justin, did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, of course I did.
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
40 in Florida.
It's always fucking Florida.
Well, I lived in California, so.
Well, I live in Florida. It seems like it's always damn Florida.
Because it's better than California.
No, it's definitely not. We have the highest inflation rate in the entire country right now, ever since C-19. It's more expensive to live here than in California. So try again, buddy.
It's actually not. You save about, it depends on how much you make, but you don't pay state tax. There's other cost of gas. There's a lot of things why California's more
We
expensive.
still have the highest inflation rate in the entire country in the state of Florida. But anyway, I digress. You said, what are you libs crying about today? We're not crying about anything. I was relaying that my first two guests came up here and threatened to unalive me and then grape me. So.
Oh, that's not nice. So what are
Yeah.
you upset about with Trump right now? I mean, what's the new...
Oh, that it's official? Are you saying that it's official that he's a dictator now?
Well, how is he a dictator?
Well, because he decided today, and he said from the Oval Office that he was not going to obey the Supreme Court ruling to bring back Abrego Garcia, and sitting right next to the only guy sitting next to the guy who could bring him back. I mean, the guy could have actually brought him with him today when he came to the White House, right? And he was like, oh, no, I'm not going to bring him back either. So he's openly defying court orders, the Supreme Court, no less. He violated the other federal court who told him he had to reinstate the Associated Press into the White House press pool. And when they showed up today to the White House, he wouldn't let them in. So he's ignoring judges' orders, which we have three branches of government. We have three branches of government for a reason, and that's for checks and balances. So one branch doesn't have too much power. So he is consolidating power into the executive branch and ignoring court orders. Therefore, that makes him a dictator.
So let's start with is it Abrego, you said? The guy
His name is Abrego Garcia.
Abrego Garcia, okay. He's a citizen, and I watch the same thing. He's a citizen of what country?
He's a legal green card holder in the United States, and there's not been a shred of evidence presented by the government that he's part of MS-13. He was here under protected status. They are flat out, unadulteratedly lying to you. Everything that they said today, everything Bondi said, and everything Stephen Miller said, and everything that JD Vance said today was a bold-faced lie.
Okay, so educate me on this. One, he's a citizen of which country?
He's here in America on a legal green card.
Where is he a citizen of?
Here now.
Where is the citizen of certain due process is a
okay, but I'm just asking this question. Why can't you answer it first?
Because it doesn't matter, and we know because it's because you're parroting. No, it's you're parroting the stupid shit that they said from the Oval Office. Shut up.
Hold on, I want to make sure you're real clear about something. Y'all are the people that said that said we don't care if they come in the country.
Legal, as long as they come legally.
So they do it the right way. This is a man that has done it the right way.
You don't want to answer that question. In 2019,
Stop. This is a man
No.
that has done it the right way. So which is it? Which is it? Do you just not want other people in the country, or do you not want people that do it the right way?
No, you're genuinely just spewing exactly what excuse me, I'm speaking. You are spewing directly what they said in the Oval Office today. He's a citizen of El Salvador, so the El Salvadorian president is the only one that could deport one of his own citizens. That's not it. He came to this country legally. He was here on a green card in 20. Government could not at that time provide any shred of evidence that he was part of MS-13, and he was granted a protected status. So whatever, just like everything else they said today.
I have a question for you. He did not have a deportation order in 2019.
No, he's under protected status.
No, but I'm just asking.
He had an order of protection from the court from being deported to El Salvador, specifically. Yes, yes.
So if I can bring up evidence that he had a deportation.
What does it have to do with 2019? He had a protected status.
Because
he had a protected status from being deported.
Okay. So let's take this back then.
No.
If the president of the country is not willing to send him back because he's in there, how is our country supposed to bring him
because
back?
They made the mistake by sending him there in the first place.
No, but how are we?
So here, let me make this real clear. I'll answer your question by force if necessary, because we're the ones that put him there.
Correct.
By force. So
Absolutely.
a sovereign nation.
We're a sovereign nation too. Fuck you. You sent the wrong guy. It was their fault. They need to go get his ass, period.
It sounds like...
By force. Yes, by force. Go get him. He was sent there erroneously. And none of this has anything to do with it. He is violating the Supreme Court order, period. He is.
Yes, he is. The Supreme Court voted 9-0, sir. 9-0 that the president has to get him back to the United States. Now, I don't care how he does it from that point. This man went against the Constitution of this country, deported somebody against the Constitution of this country without due process, and now the courts want them to bring him back because that is the right thing to do, and that's what we would do for anybody in this country, citizen or not, if we do the wrong thing. That is what happened here. He is defying the court. That is a direct violation of the Constitution of the United States. It's called the three co-equal branches of government for a damn reason. Okay, and over and beyond that, we skipped over the fact that when we talked about the press corps and the AP, that he is now trying to go after CBS and two other news organizations because he doesn't like the stories they are putting out. Sir, this man's attacking the First Amendment. He's attacked the Second Amendment. He's now attacking the Fourth and the Fifth Amendment. How far do you want to go with this? He's also attacking Article 1, 2, and 3 of our Constitution. This man's been the most unconstitutional person we have ever set foot in government.
Like I said, we do not have him in custody. So
okay, you're going to be quiet. You're not listening. You're just listening. You're hearing, but you're not listening because you're just listening to respond. This is what I am looking at. SupremeCourt.gov, their order. Okay, hush your mouth and listen, and actually listen. The United States government arrested Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia in Maryland and flew him to a terrorism confinement center in El Salvador, where he has been detained for 26 days and counting. This was at the time they wrote this. This is their thing. To this day, the government has cited no basis in law for Abrego Garcia's warrantless arrest, his removal to El Salvador, or his confinement in a Salvadorian prison, nor could it. The government remains bound by an immigration judge's 2019 order expressly prohibiting Garcia's removal to El Salvador. What did I just say? The government remains bound by an immigration judge's 2019 order expressly prohibiting Abrego Garcia's removal to El Salvador because he faced a clear probability of future persecution there and demonstrated that El Salvador's authorities were and would be unable or unwilling to protect him. Oh, one moment. Instead of hastening to correct this egregious error, the government dismissed it as an oversight. The government now requests an order from the court permitting it to leave Abrego Garcia, a husband and father without a criminal record, in a Salvadorian prison for no reason recognized by the law.
What?
Hold on.
Hey, I hate to
Oh, Val, you're not muted. There you go. Okay, nevertheless, I agree with the court's order that the proper remedy is to provide Abrego Garcia with all the process to which he would have been entitled had he not been unlawfully removed to El Salvador. That means the government must comply with its obligation to provide Abrego Garcia with due process of law, including notice and opportunity to be heard in future proceedings. It must comply with its obligations under the Convention Against Torture. Convention Against Torture. Jesus Christ, where have we gone? Federal.
So I'm looking at the case docket right now, case 8.25-CV0095, and it does say during the proceedings in 2019 to not grant him bond. And it
obviously went further. It obviously went further. It obviously went further than what one case you're reading, because it just said he had protected status because El Salvador could not grant him or could not protect him in the future.
But I'm looking at the March.
I don't care. I don't care. Why do you not care that the President of the United States is going against the Supreme Court? That is the issue. He was not deported. Deportation is a legal process. This man was kidnapped and human trafficked to a death camp.
March 15, 2020.
Okay, you're not listening. Fuck off. No, fuck off. You're not listening. Get out of here. Fuck off. No, get out of here. No, you're not listening, and I'm not going to talk to people that are inhumane like yourself. Disgusting. Just disgusting. It is 2025. This is not 2019. And obviously, since then, other things have happened where he is given legal status or he's given protected status. They will twist themselves into a fucking pretzel to justify this depraved behavior. It is disgusting. And all of you who are trying to spin this up into something, it's disgusting. And it's also extremely wrong. Hold on. To normalize this. Because then on a hot mic, as he was walking into the room, he's like, you're going to need to build 5 more facilities because we're going to be sending you homegrowns. That means us. That means the United States citizens, homegrowns. You're going to need to build 5 more of these facilities, of these death camps that you're not ever allowed to leave. CCOT is nothing but America's Auschwitz.
I want to clear up the confusion he's trying to create here. When the case was originally brought on, the one that he got the immunity from, when he got that, yes, it is the prosecutor's job to try and find reasons not to put him in. That's
exactly
what he's trying to say, is because the prosecutor said that he shouldn't be, but the judge had ruled on this and he ended up with protected status. It's the end result. It's the it's how this ended up. That's important. And this man ended up with protected status and was not allowed due process when he was removed from this country. Period. End of story. And now you have a president trying to overthrow the judicial branch of this country. That's a problem. That's a big problem.
Twice in one day, no less. Like literally, twice in one day. Dan, hi, did you vote for Trump?
I did.
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
40 in Massachusetts.
All right, 1 second. Michael, thank you for the $10. Love what you do. Keep going, girl. Thank you so much. Justin, thank you for the dollar Venmo. Or yeah, Venmo. We flipped these seats. The douchebag is done or gone. We flipped a seat in Pennsylvania that's always been red. There's hope for the future. I'm losing hope by the day, but I feel you. I hear you. What did you want to add to the conversation, or what did you want to talk about?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Oh, just other than what you guys are talking about, Trump's the best president ever. Clearly.
You got an intelligent statement? Because
Yeah.
that's definitely not one.
Oh, he's not. So you see what he's doing to China right now, right?
We'll see what he's doing.
Do you see what China's doing to him?
That's not even him.
You mean that when he came back, he goes, hold on. When he came back and goes, hold on, I'm kidding. Not on electronics or iPhones or anything like that. Do you mean when he bent the knee?
You think China's winning right now?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, 100%.
You guys are delusional.
Oh, absolutely.
Delusional.
Sir,
Sorry,
sir,
they're not winning.
Why did he have to come out, sir? Why did he have to come out and get rid of the tariffs? Why do you have to get rid of the tariffs? Why did he have to do that, sir?
Why do you think?
No,
I
no.
can tell you why. I don't
We
think
know
you-
why. We're telling you.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, well, I don't think you. So
Well,
what
you
was
tell
it,
me.
sir?
Tell me.
What
Tell
was
me
it, sir?
why.
Here, I'll give you a hint. It included $800 billion of something.
No, it has nothing to do with the stock market, idiot. It's all by design.
No, it's not, sir. $800 billion of something.
Stop.
You mean the design by the fictional
Stop the
character?
tariff because now these other
Designed
countries
by a fictional character, a man that doesn't even exist? Is that what you're talking about?
Are you?
Designed by a man that doesn't even exist?
Are you talking
Is that
about the
design that
the-
you're going with
Yeah,
here?
the economic plan by Ron Vara. Is that the one you're talking about? The book? It's my moderators are doing it because you're talking over him constantly. Is this the Ron Vara, that Peter Navarro had in his book? That this whole tariff plan was his. This is where Trump got it from. Was from Peter Navarro, and he said that his economic expert Ron Vara is the one who came up with this whole tariff plan. Is that who you're talking about?
No.
Okay, because that man.
Because Ron Vera doesn't
He's
exist.
not even a human being.
Yeah, I never brought that guy's name up.
Peter Navarro made him up. But Trump believed it. Trump is instituting that policy.
What we're talking about tells me the amount of intelligence you have in this conversation.
You think China's winning right now?
So, sir, no, we're going to get back to the original subject I was talking about.
China's stock market.
China did something with $800 billion of something.
Nobody can hear you if you're talking over him.
Yeah, no, sir, you're not going to talk over me. It ain't going to work. Now, trust me, it's not going to work. China did something with $800 billion of something that made him overturn his tariffs.
Do you know what it is?
You have any idea?
You can unmute and answer the question. I invited you to turn on your mic.
Do you have a clue?
If you don't know, just say you don't know, dude. See, he's not even listening. Typical.
China did something. Here, listen closely. China did something with $800 billion of something that pulled his hand and made him have to bend the knee. Do you know what it was?
No, let's hear it.
That would be bonds, sir.
Oh,
China
geez.
put $800 billion every U.S. Hold on, every U.S. Treasury bonds on the free market, which made U.S. Treasury bonds unstable. At that very moment, he had to get rid of the tariffs to get the stock market back up, sir, because the people that are really, really rich had no place else to hide their money. And when the bond market became unstable, was the exact same day that he backed up on the tariffs.
Absolutely. And
Stop.
and Japan pulled
like a little golden fiddle.
and Japan pulled I think 5%, around 5% of their
5%
bonds. Yeah.
And Korea and Taiwan did the same thing. So again, sir, what?
He folded like a cheap suit that they made in China. That's actually only cost $2 instead of $2,000. China has had an epic level of pettiness on TikTok that I absolutely adore because they just blew up the luxury brand market, and I am here for it. We have been absolutely cooked in this country. We have been propagandized that people in China are just like little sweatshops and they're all like living in poverty and like all of this really, I mean, we've just been propagandized so bad in this country about what China is. They're like in 2045 and we're in like in 1930s. Like their technology, everything is so far ahead of us and they actually are living fine. Their streets are clean. They have public transportation everywhere. The people make decent salaries.
China?
Their government, yes. Yes.
Are you sticking up for China? Let me ask you.
China played him like a fiddle, sir. Like an
Okay.
absolute
So
fiddle.
they have $800 billion in these bonds. What are they going to do with them?
No, sir, they sold them.
They sold them.
The bonds were for debt, sir, that the U.S. owes them. You don't understand how any of this works.
He does
If
not.
they sell them instantly, they lose value on them.
No, sir, that was what they did. They did that on purpose to lose value on it. Because what happens when the U.S. bond market loses value?
He don't know.
Interest rates go up, my guy.
Nope. The value of the American dollar drops.
One's already dropped. The one was already dropped.
No, it hasn't.
So it's
The
the
interest
American
actually
dollar.
we just did a week ago. 2 weeks
So
ago.
you don't get it. You have zero confidence.
He has no idea.
In this conversation.
I
None.
have an idea.
No.
You have none.
Hold on, just let me see what ChatGPT says next. Hold on.
ChatGPT is not a source, by the way.
Of course it is.
It is not a reliable source, and the data ends in 2022. AI does not keep up.
You have to know what to write in ChatGPT.
Exactly.
Yeah, when I'm writing in ChatGPT, advise this ugly bitch with glasses talking to me.
Oh,
That's
we
right,
can
I'm patching up,
we can
baby.
go ahead.
Patching
We can go ahead
up.
and report him, guys. Go ahead and
Yeah,
report.
before we do, I'm just putting my clips to you, bro.
Thank you. Yes, get all those reports out there. Goodbye.
I have been hate crime to death today, haven't I?
Yes, that was ugly.
I mean, that was at least nice compared to having death threats and being told they were going to grape me earlier. That was super fun and special.
I mean, does anybody else want to come up and have the losing and try to back this man on what happened with China? This I got to hear because, the fact is he got played like a fiddle. And I'm all for it because this man is dumb and he's proven how dumb he is every time he opens his mouth or tries to put some policy together when it comes to foreign economic things. He just can't do it.
They're just so confident and so wrong. Like they're confident about everything and wrong about everything. David, thank you for the $20 Cash App. Thank you, Diava, for continuing to speak up. Thank you. Today's been rough. I ain't gonna lie. Just to recap for the 960 some odd people that weren't here earlier, first guy came up, said he was gonna do something to my head to unalive me. Then he came back up on another account, like a minute or two later, told me he was not only going to do that, but as soon as he unalived me, then he was going to grape me.
So the second part of that.
Yeah. So this is how my Monday has been. So this is what, I mean, that was in the first 30 minutes. That was in the first 30 minutes. That was in the first 30 minutes.
That's an FBI report. You do know that, right?
Yeah, I don't know how. Oh my, like his name was like Vegas Brady. Like, how do they find them on? Man, maybe I guess they don't. They know how to find them, but because I have the audio.
You have the recording of the live taking. Yeah, they can find it.
Okay. Because I was like, Jesus Christ. It was Vegas Brady. And then Jace was the name. I didn't get the at, but like his screen name just said Jace. But it was the same guy. So if they find him, they'll know it's the same. I mean, if they find him, it was the same dude because they'll hear that the audio is the same. It was my first and second restart. I had to, after he said those things, I had to restart over and over again. But anyway, thank you guys that have been supporting me today. Today has been really, really rough. If you have screenshots of his name, the screenshots of his usernames, Send them to diavatalks@gmail.com. Just send me your screenshots if you would. I doubt. Right. Is Trump's FBI going to take it seriously? Probably not.
Yeah, well, I mean, it doesn't matter. You made the report. That's what's in.
That's what needs. That's what needs. Right.
Yeah, because at that point you can go through and use a term. That's what's important because. Yeah, because it's you got an echo, buddy.
Oh, Juan, you got a wicked echo.
You got an echo.
No, we're not mad he won and you have an echo. So if you want to re-request, you can. But if you're just coming up here, you're just mad he won. It is so far beyond that. That's just ridiculous. That is not what we're talking about. If he would just won and came in and did what he did maybe the first time around, which was an epic level of incompetence, fine. I could actually deal with that. This is just straight up dictator stuff. Like, this is just straight up dictator stuff. This is not, oh, you're sad he won. No, this is so far beyond that. So, okay, hopefully he won't have it. Nope, there's no echo this time. Good. Juan, how old are you? Juan, how old are you? How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm 26 and I'm from Jersey. Is that okay?
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Just TikTok terms of service. You have to be over 18. So I just asked everybody.
Not a problem. No, I got you. Not a problem. I was just checking. How we doing? What's going on? What's the talk? What's the chat?
Have you not been here listening?
I have. I was just, getting it, I'm just listening and getting informated, trying to
Informated?
understand both sides of the party,
No.
Just trying to understand both sides of the world, you know what I'm saying? I just don't understand why there has to be extreme hate on both sides. Like, I feel like
That's real simple.
That's super simple.
Real simple.
Yeah.
So when you start subverting the Constitution of this country as President of the United States, I don't care if you have an R or D beside your name when you vote.
I'm talking just like before that. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like
Before that, we knew this is exactly what was going
I've been warning y'all. It was in
telling everybody.
like she just said.
it was in Project 2025. It was in Project 2025. Excuse me, I'm speaking, please. I know there's a slight delay, but I need you to listen. I have been on this app now on my own live 7 days a week since May of last year. Next month will be an entire year, 7 days a week. I've only missed 2 days out of the 7. Even on Christmas and Thanksgiving, I've literally not only missed 2 days. One was to evacuate from a hurricane, and one was because I was sick. Other than that, I've been here 360 other days, like every single day. I have been talking to Trump supporters. I was warning you guys about Project 2025. All of this is mapped out in Project 2025. We were telling you this is what he was going to do. And he said he wasn't part of Project 2025. I don't know anything about it. I don't know. Never heard of it. The day after the election, he was like, yeah, that was our plan. Oopsie poopsie. Oh, well, here we go. We were warning you every single day this was coming. We warned you that this is what he was going to do. We just thought maybe there would be some Republicans that would be like real Republicans that are actually for the Constitution that would stand up and tell him enough is enough. Okay, but all of the people, all of the Republicans in Congress are feckless. They're just letting him do whatever he wants to do. So he's captured the legislative branch, and so now that the judicial branch, the other co-equal branch, has told him, you will allow AP News back in the White House press pool because you violated the First Amendment, and he was supposed to let them back in the White House today, and he refused to let them in, violating the judge's order. The Supreme Court ruled 9-0 that he's got to bring back Obregón Garcia from El Salvador prison that he was sent to erroneously. And today, sitting in the Oval Office, he's like, I'm not doing it.
Absolutely. I understand.
So he can't do that.
No, I agree. You can't do that, but like at the end of the day.
No, there's no but. There's no but.
Listen here.
No, there's no but.
There's one side that's giving
There's no but.
Sesame Street. That's not good either.
That we are so far beyond U.S. aid. We are so far beyond U.S. aid. Give me a break.
Sir, you can't even read your script right. there's nobody from the Democratic Party giving money to Saudi Arabia.
There's so many things against it. Listen. I'm cool with both you guys.
No, we're not cool with you.
No.
Because you're up here trying to sit for a man that is trying to subvert the Constitution of this country. On the argument that the Democrats are giving money to Saudi Arabia.
How are we on Sesame Street, for fuck's sake?
I didn't even say I was pro.
No, we already know what you are. So, sir, the thing is there's nobody from the Democratic side giving money to Saudi Arabia.
It's Donald Trump who takes money from Saudi Arabia.
That's all Donald Trump and the Republicans. I don't know what the hell you were talking about.
Lord have mercy. Where'd he go? Did he run? Because I looked down at my Cash Apps. Don, thank you for the $1 Cash App. He was on Hot Mic saying he wanted to deport citizens. Absolutely, sure did. Don, thank you for the $1 caught telling El Salvador president to build more prisons. Yeah, he told him he needed about 5 more prisons because he's got some homegrowns he wants to send there. Homegrowns. Yep, U.S. citizens, even you people who voted for him, don't think you're safe. Because if one person doesn't have due process, nobody has due process. Because due process is where you get to show your proof that you're a U.S. citizen or that you're here legally or that blah, 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 blah. If you don't get that, and if one person doesn't get that, nobody gets it. Nobody gets it. They can snatch anybody off the street. He was not deported to El Salvador. Deportation is a legal process, and he was snatched off the street, kidnapped, and sent to a death camp. CCOT is nothing but America's Auschwitz because people do not leave there, people do not get out, and they do not leave alive. What's his name? Nuffer?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. I'm actually more so on your side. I wanted to ask one question, though. Are you guys neoliberal, would you classify yourselves, or more leftist?
I'm only bringing up Trump supporters. Thank you. El Heaton, thank you for subscribing. This is my backup page. I am on my backup page for a week starting yesterday. So I'll be on this page for the next several days unless I can get it overturned, but it was denied the first time, which is insane because of what they said my violation was, which was insane. But my backup to this backup is below Val. Make sure you're following it. All right. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button.
Hello?
Oh, there you are. There's some kind of a lag with TikTok, so you pop up before, like, I can hear you say something before I ever see you, so I can't tell if you're in the box yet. Charles. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
Okay, how old are you, and what state did you vote in?
I'm 60, and I'm from Michigan.
Okay, what did you want to add to the conversation?
But before I continue, I just have to let your viewers know that I suffer from Tourette syndrome. So if I say something stupid, I mean, I just no.
You fucking asshole!
And then also being ableist. That was so gross. What is wrong with these people?
Do not come up here and make fun and emulate something you are not at the cost of marginalized communities in this country. Do not.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you, Jenny, for the emails with the screenshots. Thank you.
Oh, was a dolphin too. We're finding out.
Of course. Today has been a day. I'm just going to say. There's got to be a full moon. James, thank you for the $50 Venmo. Thank you so much. That's so incredibly generous and kind. I really appreciate you. Hi, my friend. Looks like these little MAGA men with their little shriveled mushroom can't tolerate your powerful voice. Take this money and buy yourself a megaphone bullhorn to say it louder to these stupid MAGA turds. Thank you, James. I appreciate support, y'all. Today's been really rough. I've been threatened to be unalived and raped today. So this is just little cherries on top of the shit pie I've already gotten today.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
Yeah, I'm 38. I'm from Texas, the best state in the world.
For men, yeah.
How's your day going?
Really shitty. Because of Trump support, because of Trump supporters like you.
What happened? Like what they do?
Threatened to unalive me and then grape me. Twice. Just today, just in the first 30 minutes that I was live.
Like they threatened to unalive you by throwing grapes at you?
Sir, do you got anything intelligent to say?
No, he doesn't. I've already taken care of it. Thank you.
Let's forget policy. It's all about hate.
That's why they're okay with Abrigo Garcia not being brought back. They're just as callous, uncaring, disgusting, violent as he is. And you're right, Medieval. I think you're exactly right, Medieval. They know this is all wrong, and that's why they're lashing out. And I think that they need psychological help. Like, seriously, they need psychological help.
You can always let them go try to spend a day in El Salvador.
If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button. I did block Aldo, don't worry. Y'all guys always are like, block him, block him. Y'all are 5 minutes behind me. I already know that if I don't, they're going to report me. So I already blocked them. That's why you see me be quiet for a minute before they actually leave, because I'm blocking them before I ever drop them. Wow, today's been.
I love the butterfly.
I do too. I think they're beautiful. I mean, Val, what is our remedy? I mean, like, the marching ain't helping, the calling ain't helping. I'm thinking we all need to, like, fuck your job if you have a job. We need to get out in streets day after day after day until he's removed.
Yeah, no,
Like, what are you willing to lose in order to stop fascism?
mobilization mobilization is what it's going to take, and we're seeing it. Okay, we're seeing mobilization,
but not enough on Saturday. It's like on Saturdays when nobody's working. It's like every Saturday we're going to march. We got to do this day after day after day after day after day. Like, I know that I'm saying that, and
stay in their face. Yeah, we got to stay in their face. I mean, people that can go to Washington, anybody that has that capability that can make it and get there and sit there for a day or two and sit in front of the Congress needs to happen. Sit in front of those buildings, make it clear that this is not going to be acceptable. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way this is going to happen, because until we are too many numbers to ignore, that is when things change. That is what changed things in the 60s, guys. It wasn't, people fought back and forth about 60s and civil rights for years and decades. Since the act was originally passed, since slavery was abolished in the 1860s, this was fought from the 1860s to the 1960s. 100 years. 100 years before the Civil Rights Act was passed.
yeah, we ain't got that kind of time.
What did it? Right, and what did it? It was people sitting in Washington, in their faces, going, this has got to change now. And that movement through the 60s changed civil rights, women's rights.
This is our whole fucking democracy this time. Like, this should be a mobilizing moment for everybody. Like, I don't care if I don't care if he does martial law. What can he fucking do worse? We already don't have freedom. All he has to do is say my life is a threat to our democracy and send me to El Salvador.
Yeah, and
they can just declare anybody's an enemy of the state.
If he declares martial law on people protesting, as long as they're peaceful, I'm not saying get crazy people. I'm not saying.
No, we're not talking about violence. No.
Okay, don't go there if that's your intention. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about people that want to get out in front of these offices, chant, show signs, show these senators what we actually think. When these things take place, it will make changes. Because then it's not phone calls. They can turn off phones. It's not emails. They don't have to read emails. No, this is real people in their face. And when they have to deal with that every day, leaving and going back and forth to the, you know what I'm saying, to the White House or to the, or to the Pentagon or wherever we do it at, the courts or the, whatever building you choose. When they have to do that, they're going to get the message, because now they're dealing with real people. And that's what makes a change.
I mean, even if it's different groups of people, if you just like every day, somebody just keep hammering it home. I don't know. Like, I'll drive. I can't fly to Washington, but I'll drive. Can't be that far.
Well, it's a little ways from here.
Well, it is I'm in Florida, but I mean, it takes me like 8 or 9 hours to get to North Carolina. So I think Washington, D.C. is just a little bit past that, like Virginia, right? Area.
That is correct.
I mean, I'll leave my kids here and go. I would never take my kids because I would be no.
Yeah, no, I'm not suggesting that. But these are the things, mobilization is what's going to have to be done. Because that's the only way you're going to get rid of people like this in our government. That's the only way you're going to change minds.
Troy, I will. My son said, drop them off to me. Drop my kids off to him. I will, Troy. Thank you. My son's like, drop them off to me. I'll take care of them. You can go to Washington. Bye-bye, Mama. Go. Like, I wouldn't take my kids. So that's too dangerous. But if I would take a burner phone. I wouldn't take my cell phone. I would buy me a burner phone. Yeah.
But keep in mind, his threat of martial law is to actually stop you from doing exactly.
That's exactly right.
That is our First Amendment. That is what the First Amendment stands for. Peacefully regress our government.
You can agree your grievances against your government.
Right. This is what it's all about.
Where's my sir? Latoya, are you asking me where is your sir? Are you talking about like my husband?
That's a weird statement. That wasn't foreign or anything.
Where is your sir? I'm like, my sir.
Right. Whoever Strodi's testing our will. You're exactly
Is MAGA.
Yeah, and we can't do that because I'm telling you right now.
Oh, your son. She meant the son. She meant the son. Okay. My son lives here right next to me in the same town. So my son's right here.
Okay.
He meant to say son instead of sir. I'm like, where's my sir? That's a weird way of putting it, but I got you now. Thank you, Latoya, for clarifying. My son lives in the same city I do. That's why he said just drop him off to me.
He declares martial law against people using their First Amendment rights that are being peaceful about it. That will be the end of Donald J. Trump.
Latoya, my apologies. I just didn't understand what you meant, your sir. I know we're on the same team. I'm not upset at all. I just wasn't sure of how you wrote it because, I mean, I am married, but my estranged husband is MAGA. So he ain't going with me. No. No. I gotta run to the
A
bathroom.
lot of people wanted that. I keep saying it down.
Huh?
Go ahead.
I gotta run to the bathroom real quick.
You say you needed to go to the restroom.
I do really
Yeah,
bad.
so I heard you say. I got it.
Okay, thanks.
But for the people that keep saying they want to talk about the SAVE Act, look, right now it's tied up in the Senate. The Senate's having issues with it, so we'll see where this goes to. And but I don't want to really get into too much about it until whatever iterations are made or changes that are sent back to the House come back, and then the Congress decides to pass it. That's where I really want to kind of leave the SAVE Act right now, because it's a talking point that gets us off the real problems right now we're facing. The real problem we're facing right now is a president subverting the Constitution of this country in real time. The SAVE Act is not a law yet, and it doesn't look like it's going to be at this point because it looks like the Senate has a lot of issues with it. For everybody, while we're waiting for Diava to get back, there's that little gold heart up by her name. Please hit that little gold heart. That gives her that makes you part of her team, and the more you hit that, you get points. And every time you get a new point, costs you a coin every day. It makes you a larger part of her team, and it keeps the line very viable. She's got some subscriptions up there. It looks like she needs 6 more of those to hit a goal. She's got her little star map up there. If you hit the little star map, that also helps keep us on the FYP. If you want to share the live, all you have to do now, instead of hitting the little arrow down below, is push and hold the screen up by where, roughly where Trump's head is. When you push and hold that screen, it'll bring up your list of your friends, and you can just share to everybody directly. That's the new way and the best way to share out the live. And she's got her Cash App and Venmo up there. That's that gold little tag. It's the same for both of them, Diavatalks. And if you feel like what I'm telling you is coming true, you can hit my Cash App up and Venmo in my bio.
All right. Okay. I made it back. Thank you so much, Val.
No problem.
Thank you. All right. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button. We are looking for Trump voters to talk to about the...
Oh, hold on. They're asking how we share again. Just push and hold the screen about where Donald Trump's head is.
like where his nose is. Just
all your friends will pop up.
yeah. I mean, it's in. I mean, I know that we're talking. I don't know. I see comments going by, and I'm assuming that they're talking about the SAVE Act in the comment section.
They are, and I kind of told them I want to leave the SAVE Act on because it gets us off into things that are
I agree.
real issues right now.
Right.
Because it's the thing is with the SAVE Act right now is the Senate has big issues with it right now.
Yeah.
And so iterations are going to go back and forth between the House and back. I'll wait and see what that
Exactly.
is before we actually comment on it.
Yeah. But the only thing I was going to say about it is it's laid out in Project 2025. So
It is laid out in Project 2025, and like I said, Senate seems to have a big issue with it right now. That's the stories that I'm reading right now.
Yeah.
Senate's having big issues with this. And a lot of it has to do with its laws that are already in place.
right, it's already illegal for non-citizens to vote. We don't have to have it's a redundant law. It's already illegal for non-citizens to vote. Period. This is an extra step that doesn't need to be done. Like they're calling it, oh, so undocumented immigrants can't vote. It's just a ploy to get it pushed through so that women can't vote. But this is literally not. It's already illegal for non-citizens to vote. So
Yeah, and not just women. It actually affects the underprivileged in this country.
Correct.
And the poor people in this country
Well, you
because
can't-
they don't have the money.
absolutely.
To do all these things. It doesn't help our seniors that don't have the capability to get out and do all these things and don't have a thing like a real ID driver's license because they don't drive anymore. Okay, so it affects a lot of people in this country that are not being accounted for, and that's, I think, why the Senate has a big issue with it. And it actually falsely creates a poll tax for people, which is another problem. It is a direct law against the 26th Amendment.
Exactly. Mods, don't block all Trump voters unless they're being like really egregious, gross, homophobic, really bad in the comment section, because we need Trump's voters in here in order to have a conversation. So I noticed that somebody was in here. I didn't see any of the comments they made, but they were blocked right away. So don't just block because they say something dumb. They're Trump supporters. They're going to say something dumb. Only block them if it's egregious. Even if they have 0 followers, that's fine. I won't bring them up anyway, but just don't block them out, please.
Thank you for the balloons.
The balloons are awesome. I love the balloons. The balloons are so pretty. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button. You got about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and then I'm going to start bringing up Harris supporters. So for the next 20 minutes, Trump supporters, you guys have the box. You have the panel completely to yourself, so come on up and let's talk. What do you think about what happened in the Oval Office today? Let's talk. You voted for it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, let's really talk about the I've got homegrowns that.
We need 5 more. We need 5 more of those CCOP prisons built because Donald Trump wants to start sending homegrowns there, which translates into me and you. If you voted for...
People keep asking what happened. He was caught on a hot mic after his meeting with the El Salvadorian president saying you need to build 5 more of these. I've got some homegrowns we need to send you.
And that also would include political opponents. They could say I'm an enemy of the state because I'm against democracy or whatever, and I would have no due process. They would just pick me up and take me. And did you hear today? Val, I don't know if you heard it. DJ, shut the fuck up. He's like, prove it.
Mike, DJ, don't be saying prove it. Stop.
It's on video. We all heard it. We all did it. Fucking Nimrod. That guy he will put himself into a pretzel so he can lick his own nutsack if he could to defend Donald Trump. Jesus Christ. That is just cult behavior. Just cult behavior. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Cult behavior. Cult behavior. Oh my God. Well, hear what? What the fuck? Oh, did you hear? Oh, real quick. Val, did you hear when he was talking to the El Salvadorian president, did you hear him say they've been negotiating with other countries too?
Yes, I did hear that.
Yep.
But I don't know what that means. But yeah, I did hear it.
I'm like, oh, did you? Right. Prove that he said something that we all heard him say. Prove it, Val. Prove that he said what everybody heard him say. I'm bringing up the video because y'all like, really? And some people are like, huh? All right. Let me hit videos because I don't want to go through 94 articles about what was said. If everyone heard it, it should be easy. Shut up, DJ. Let me turn up the volume. Oh, it's pretty high. Okay. I know we always have to do the homework for MAGA because they don't ever know anything. The whole fucking world has heard it. It's been on TV on loop 94 times. It's all over TikTok. And they're like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. All right, hold on. Homegrowns are next. And then they laugh. Gross. They just laugh. Everyone in the room laughs.
Any other question, DJ?
You need to go 5 more. That's my other background.
Yeah, DJ, if you really want to back that, what you just heard.
Did he leave?
I'm guessing he left because he's had no response since you.
Cat got your tongue, boo? Show me an article? Oh my God, forget it. He's like, show me an article, not audio, when he just asked for the audio.
Oh, hold on, DJ.
Oh
MSN has an article on it. There's several stories you can go look at it.
Jesus Christ. Oh, here, I'll put it on my backup because he hates facts so much. All right, hold on, Boo Boo Bear. Why we do this for him, I don't know. Because then he's going to come back with something else and be like, well, how do you know that's what he said?
This even made India news. So.
Okay, I'm trying to get the words on there too. Hold on.
Midas Touch has a story on it. Reddit's already got a story on it.
Well, here's this right here. Trump to Bukele. Homegrowns are next. The homegrowns. You got to build about 5 more places. It's not big enough. So we'll play the audio again for DJ. The sickening of all of those people laughing is just nauseating.
DJ, do you really want to defend that?
He said he doesn't see it on CNN. I shit you not. That's what he just said in the comment section.
Sir, this was caught on a hot mic. I don't know whose hot mic it was. I don't know which news agency it was. I'm going to guess MSN, since MSN was the first people to put a story out about it.
Lord Jesus.
Okay. You know, I don't know which hot mic it was, but you know, this man has a big problem of walking into hot mics. This ain't his first disaster doing that. It's sort of the fact that he said that. Period. Is all anybody should have to hear. Those words should never come out of an American president's mouth. Threaten American citizens with overseas prison because they disagree with him. Let's not mention that he went after CBS today and two other news organizations trying to again subvert the First Amendment because he doesn't like the stories they're putting out. That's not his call, sir. It's called the free press. Not to mention he wouldn't let AP back in even after court order.
What did it mean? Homegrowns is next? It means U.S. citizens.
New citizens.
Homegrown means U.S. citizens he wants to deport.
Oh, 60 Minutes. That was the other one.
Yep, 60 Minutes. Because he didn't like the stories they were doing.
Yeah.
Yes, we are at DEF CON 2. Yes. In American history, we are at DEF CON 2, for sure. Oh, that person didn't come up. He's talking about U.S. citizens. Indeed, he is.
Come on, DJ. I really want to see you defend this shit.
Is it A1? I bet it was A1. It wasn't real. It was A1.
That's, oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Kit Kat.
Sorry, Education Secretary, people. We want to put it's A1 training, not AI. A1.
I'm
Oh,
good.
and A1 actually had a comment to that, which was hilarious.
The steak sauce? Yeah.
The company that makes A1 Heinz, I think it is. They had a nice rebuttal to that.
Oh my word. That good old A1. Karen, hi, did you vote for Trump?
Say no, please 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 say no.
Right. Well, I think she's trying to leave, so that might be a good sign that it was a tapping error.
The name Karen has taken enough abuse.
Right. All right. I'll put you out of your misery, Karen. You voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button. Should I come in the front door or the back? What? I love how DJ now, like the MAGA's now starting to use CNN. Well, CNN didn't have it.
Hey guys, not everybody that comes up here is teacup, and sometimes people hit the wrong side of the screen and accidentally hit the request.
Right.
And it brings them up in the box. It doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button. You got about 15 more minutes, and I'm going to start bringing up Harris supporters.
Somebody asked what A1 said. I'd have to find that thing again, but it was absolutely hilarious. I mean, I think all you'd have to type in is A1's response to the education secretary.
Yeah, this is my backup account, guys. My main account is on a 7-day timeout. So this is my backup account. And then my backup to my backup is below Val. So make sure you're following my backup account as well.
I think they said something along the lines of Startup Young or something like that.
Make sure you're following. This is my backup account. This is my Diava 2.0. Below Val is my 3.0 because my main account is still bamboozled right now for 6 more days. I just think that Trump supporters have tied their identity to him now. So that's why they just can't untether themselves from him. Because then they have to admit that they've been duped. And some people just don't have the integrity or the mental bandwidth to do it.
And I want to make a point of proof. And I'm going to use DJ as my example. When DJ first came on his lives, he'd listen, right? Because he'd keep trying to play the game of, well, this hasn't happened yet. This hasn't happened yet. This hasn't happened yet. So it's just speculation. And now that it's happened, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but DJ's getting angrier and angrier.
And he's not requesting to come up either. Isn't that something?
You know what I'm saying? And they're getting angrier because they don't like the fact that everything we told them was going to happen is actually happening.
Can't deny it anymore. It's there. We're here. We've arrived. Oh, John Beer chickened out. Well, he's not leaving petty comments anymore because somebody muted him.
That's funny. So DJ the Talk, you're going to have to come up. Imagine
if you're still here, you're going to have to come up, Boo Boo Bear. I know it's hard. No, it's hard. You can be a good little puppy and come on out. Be a good boy. Yeah, his expertise. That's what he has been saying. You're right. He has been saying that all along. He's blocked on my main. This is my backup. That's why he's not blocked.
Well, he got blocked on his main for some comments he made last time he was up. But, you know, DJ, you've got to start understanding what we're telling you is true. And you can't keep using well, it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. Everything we have said to this point has happened in super speed.
Yeah.
We didn't even have to wait for a year for this to happen. We're not even 100 days into this man's administration, and it's happening.
It only took a shitler to 53 days. Just saying. Sky just shared that that they shared a screenshot of the A1 response in my Discord server. So if you're part of my Discord server, Sky said they posted it over there in my Discord.
Sky.
Can we all just chip in and buy a remote island to start a new peaceful democracy without them? Oh, if only. I say we need to build our own compound.
I mean, don't laugh. Those kind of plans with certain groups of people are probably
Right?
They're probably already talking about such things.
I'm in. I'm in. I am in. You wouldn't even have to ask me twice. Live on a cruise ship for 4 years? Nope. They just fired all of the CDC, all of the inspectors. RFK Jr. just fired the whole division that inspects cruise ships for diseases. I will not be going on a cruise. No way.
Now, keep in mind, I want to make this remember. I go on cruises a lot. These companies, Carnival, most of these companies are British or Italian companies. And they do not play with that, really. They don't. They're not going to stop inspecting.
Yuck. I love cruising. Don't get me wrong. I've been on many, but
it's not going to affect the cruise ship industry because really most of them, even though they're in U.S. waters, when they're out of U.S. waters, they're usually under their tags, which are European tags, and they have to follow European law.
All right. I alone, come up here. Request to go. Hi alone, request up. If you're a MAGA, get up here. If you voted for Donald Trump, you got about 8 minutes left, or I'm going to start bringing up people. You don't think it's that? I don't know what that means or what that was in reference to. Oh yes, they did kidnap another Columbia University student today. They went to a citizenship meeting and they arrested them right in the middle of the meeting. Yep. Sure did. Mawadi, I think the last name was. I'm probably saying it wrong. But they went to it was to get their citizenship. Yep. Auschwitz is not comparable to the camp they're taking them to. Yes, it is. It is, because these people are not allowed to leave and they unalive there. And if you think about it, Das Volk, think about it. Okay? If this prison just keeps accepting people, but they only have room for 40,000, what do you think that happens to some of those people to make room for others? Especially when they get $20,000 per immigrant that we send over there. We've already given them $6 million of our tax money. But there was one senator, I don't know if it was a House of Representative or that is not the American justice system or the American prison system. People get out of prison all the time in America. They serve their time. Cheaper than housing them at hotels. Oh my goodness, Mantooth is in here with his one tooth, apparently. And has the mentality of an egg. Mantooth, you can't. You're no more commenting. If you want to have a voice in the live, you have to come up. You have to request up. You're not going to hide out in the comment section and just spew your nonsense. We cannot normalize this. We cannot normalize this. We cannot normalize this. We cannot normalize this. My God, just like Larry Wayne, just a filthy, disgusting maggot. No humanity. Bye. I booted Larry Wayne. Don't worry. I didn't just boot him. I blocked him. Because that kind of rhetoric is disgusting. And there was going to be no talking to somebody like that if they're willing to put that in writing. Right. In United States, prisoners are not treated like this, where they are 80 people to a cell or 100 people to a cell. They have to sit like this all day. They're not allowed to go outside. This is what they have to do all day long. Everyone's bending the knee. Anyone who bends the knee needs to be excommunicated from society. Like any of them, all of them, even Shaq. Fucking Shaq taking a picture with his ass. Hi, Uncle Rusty.
Hello. I'm a friendly, but I just had a quick question for you.
I know you are, silly.
Oh, good. Well, it's a couple minutes.
It's and that's why there's no Trump supporters requesting up. So I'm like, whatever, just bring up friendlies. Fuck them.
Well, I'm glad to be a whatever.
Well, no, I didn't. Basically, I was like, fuck Mag, I'm bringing friendlies.
Well, I just had a quick question for Val. Something you said earlier, and I wasn't familiar with the term, and I just want to familiarize myself with one of those mouth breathers that came up earlier. You referred to him as a dolphin. I assume that doesn't mean he's a Miami fan.
No, that means he follows young girls on TikTok.
Okay, I had just never heard that term. So now I know to make fun of their blowhole.
Yep. I don't know where it started from or who started it, but now it's just a term that when we have Trump supporters that come up, people.
Rusty said I needed ammo.
Yeah, people in the
absolutely.
People in the comment section will go and look at their profiles and who they're following, and it's usually a bunch of young girls.
Oh yeah, and I love when they go, oh, they follow me, I follow them back, and I say, oh, the math doesn't math.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, Rhea in the comments said it's because dolphins are hairless. That's why they call it dolphin. I didn't know that. See, I learned something myself. I didn't know why they call it dolphin, but I get it now.
Wow. Okay, technically dolphins aren't hairless. They are mammals. They have hair. But, we get the point.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just me being snarky.
Woo! And almost all of them follow a bunch of young girls. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's very common amongst the MAGA.
Yep. And I know they can't even spell hypocrisy. The hypocrisy among these chowderheads is just, it's top tier. It's so impressive.
Yep. If you could, like I live in Florida, right? So like when it's like when it's like 95 degrees outside and your trash can that, is sitting outside and you throw your trash in there waiting for trash day and that sludge that's like at the bottom of your trash can.
Yes.
That's still better than MAGA.
You're entirely correct, and I bet it smells better than MAGA.
I bet. Probably even has more teeth.
They definitely has more teeth, but and they both make my eyes water about the same. I'm stunned by the and I know I shouldn't be, but I'm stunned by how impressive their backbones are to be able to twist themselves into these various positions to defend the indefensible.
Yep.
Folks are in a cult. We're in a cult that is unfortunately affecting all of us.
A death cult.
Absolutely. Now, I'm a snarky atheist, so I say, anybody who, has a personal relationship with the, skinny kid that was nailed to a stick is part of a death cult.
I'm just looking for a different thing. Hold on. I want to put it as my background. I literally make so many backgrounds. Can you hear me?
Maybe I'll rethink what I just said. I'm not wondering if I'm wrong. Oh, there we go.
No, I was trying to, when you go to look and change the picture, like to change the background, I have a picture of a Trump supporter, like with his head up, with his head inside of his ass. I was going to put that on the screen, but I couldn't find it because I make so many backgrounds. I didn't know it made me go off screen. I was talking the whole time.
I did ask a guy in a live, I don't know, a week or so ago if he was suffering from anal cranial inversion. And, I just went to my doctor and I'm fine.
Oh my God.
I wonder why I drink.
It's It's cheese tax time. Sorry. I'm eating string cheese, and my dog gets his bite. So if I don't do it quick enough, he barks at me because like, hello, it's cheese tax time.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. And my cat just sits next to me, like, hi. You can give me some if you want. All right. Anything else from me, Uncle Rusty?
No, you can go ahead and drop me. I just had that question, and now
Yeah, no worries.
got the it's gross, and I'll just move along and use that particular term freely if I choose to.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. John Beer,
Yes, ma'am.
how old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm old enough. And I'm in the United States.
Hey, TikTok terms of service to say how old you are to be gone.
23.
Okay, go ahead. What do you want to say?
I kind of wanted to touch on, well, first off, it's not why I came up, but dolphins do have hair, so I'm not sure what idiots said they don't. But I typically find a lot of idiots around here. But what was I?
That's what you waited to come up to say? Like that what you were itching to get off your chest?
That's not what I was going to say. Y'all were talking about the, I guess, El Salvadorian prisons. That's what I came up to talk about.
What do you want to say?
Well, first off, since y'all couldn't answer that simple question earlier, he is a citizen of El Salvador. So, someone came up and y'all used
Sure,
that.
it doesn't know. We didn't think that we didn't want to answer.
It doesn't matter.
It's that we already knew that, but it doesn't matter.
Correct.
This man has come to the United States correctly.
Legally.
Filed an asylum claim, was approved for that asylum claim, had protected status in this country, and was removed without due process. I don't care about any of the other BS.
Nope, don't matter.
I mean, you are correct about that, but also...
No, there's no but. That's what you guys always are like, yeah, you're right about that, but, and then you say something incredibly dumb.
No, it's not. But immigration courts did find that he was a member of MS-13.
No, they did not. Show me. Show me.
So, I'm not going to do your...
No, show me. No, no.
Absolute lie, sir.
You make the claim, you give the proof. Go find that. Because literally in the Supreme Court order, I have it pulled up. I still have it pulled up. That the government never, ever, ever provided an ounce of proof that he was a member of MS-13. Not once. Shut up.
Federal law says he loses the eligibility and he's labeled as a terrorist organization. When Trump labeled MS...
Sir, stop it.
He's literally repeating what Marco Rubio and Stephen Miller said today in the Oval Office. And let me go back to the Supreme Court ruling. Hold on. I got it still up right here because this is all that really matters. Okay. All right. Let me go back. Since you guys don't know how to fucking read. Here we go. Are you listening? This is SupremeCourt.gov. This is Kristi Noem versus Garcia. And this is the decision of the Supreme Court of the United States. The United States government arrested Kilmer Armando Abrego Garcia in Maryland and flew him to a terrorism confinement center in El Salvador, where he has been detained for 26 days and counting. To this day, the government has cited no basis in law for Abrego Garcia's warrantless arrest, his removal to El Salvador, or his confinement in a Salvadorian prison, nor could it. The government remains bound by an immigration judge's 2019 order expressly prohibiting Abrego Garcia's removal to El Salvador because he faced a clear probability of future persecution there and demonstrated that El Salvador's authorities there were and would be unable or unwilling to protect him. The government has not challenged the validity of that order. Instead of hastening to correct its egregious error, the government dismissed it as an oversight. The government now requests an order from the court permitting it to leave Abrego Garcia, a husband and father without a criminal record, in a Salvadorian prison for no reason recognized by the law. The only argument the government offers in support of its request, that the United States courts cannot grant relief once a deportee crosses the border, is plainly wrong. The government's argument, one second, I gotta scroll down. The government's argument, moreover, implies that it could deport and incarcerate any person, including U.S. citizens, without legal consequence, so long as it does so before a court can intervene. Nevertheless, the court's order that the proper remedy is to provide Abrego Garcia with all the process to which he would have been entitled had he not been unlawfully removed to El Salvador. That means the government must comply with its obligation to provide Abrego Garcia with due process of law, including notice and an opportunity to be heard in future proceedings. It must comply with the obligations under the Convention Against Torture. Federal law governing detention and removal of immigration continues, of course, to be binding as well. And it says, let's see, where am I at? The government must provide adequate notice and promptly arrange an initial informal interview to afford the alien an opportunity to respond to the reasons for the revocation stated in the notification. Moreover, it has been the government's own well-established policy to facilitate an alien's return to the United States if the alien's presence is necessary for continuing administrative removal proceedings in case where a non-citizen has been removed pending immigration proceedings. In the proceedings on remand, the district court should continue to ensure that the government lives up to its obligations to follow the law.
Are you done yapping now?
I was reading the Supreme Court decision to you.
Yes, ma'am. I know I already read that, but also, when Trump labeled it as an MS,
no, it does not matter what you're about to say. If he says he labels them as a T group, I don't care. The government has never provided a shred of evidence that he was part of MS-13 because he wasn't given due process, John.
You can go on that same computer you read.
Sir, stop it. Your BS, I'm about done with because, sir, like she said, if the government wants to claim that, great. But first, they have to provide proof that he is, and they have not.
And also, we are trying to dictate what El Salvador does with its own citizens.
No. He was in our custody, and they erroneously sent him there. Why do you have a picture of me as your background, as your profile picture?
Of El Salvador.
Why do you have my picture as your profile picture?
I played the fifth, oh man. He is a citizen of El Salvador.
Sir, he was going through the process to become a citizen of the United States the correct way. He had protective status in this country by the courts, by federal courts. He has now been given that same status by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is a co-equal branch of justice that interprets the laws, sir. When it comes to this subject, they are the end all of this subject. They have ruled. Now it's up to the president to obey that rule. And if he doesn't, that is against the Constitution of this country. Plain and simple. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Yes. And
I just wanted to bring a better John into the equation.
Thank you, Johnny. I blocked the other guy. He has a picture of me, obviously, when I was like yelling, like talking to somebody. So it's a picture of me like this or whatever as his background. I'm like, I'm not entertaining.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sorry about that.
Johnny, that was nothing, Boo Boo Bear.
No, I know. So I was just at the John Center, and
that's where we make the test tube Johns. That one got lost, and he wasn't done cooking. So he just got summoned to the Recon Center, and HQ was going to just wipe his memory and start over, hopefully. So.
Well, that was the night. I mean, my very first guest told me he was going to put me in the head, and then he came back under another username. So I didn't know it was the same guy. And he came in and doubled down and said, not only was he going to hit me in the head, but he was also going to grate me afterward. So that's how my Monday has been. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a normal Monday for Trump supporters, right? That's how they kick off their day, and that's how they end it.
I'm like, okay. So like, that was the first 30 minutes of my day of me going on live. That's how it started today.
That's actually nuts. That's insane.
It's been crazy. It's been crazy.
But you're pretty.
Aw, thank you, Johnny. Thank you. I'll take that. Yeah, it was disturbing. It was very disturbing, to be honest with you.
Man.
But I get all the misogynists. Like, they save it for me. They can't wait to come to my live to attack me. So I've had 2 death threats today and a threat of being raped. So, yeah, it's Monday. So welcome to Monday. All these God-fearing Christian MAGAs.
Ain't no love
like Christian love.
Oh, no, wait, never mind. It's ain't no hate like Christian love.
Exactly.
I guess it really doesn't matter which way you say it.
It's awful. They've been really awful. I think that they know. I think down deep, they know this is all fucked up. Like, this is bad. And they're spinning out because they don't know how to justify it maybe anymore. I don't know, but they're nuts. They've gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah. I think all in all, you're right about that. Is that they're immensely so unhinged because they have no ground to stand on. What are they supposed to talk about? Donald Trump has stripped away from Medicaid and Medicare, violated food assistance programs, downsized the VA, targeted the education of children with special needs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all in all, they don't have much that they can really discuss here. And many of them are regretting their votes. And that's not me, gaslighting. That is the truth. We see it statistically in Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, where Republican seats are flipping blue. In Wisconsin to the tune of 10 points, in Pennsylvania to the tune of 15 points. And we see it in the margins in Florida, where a 25 to 35 point Republican district went red by only 8 points to 10 points. So I think all in all, they don't have much that they can talk about. And so they regret their vote. Even if they won't admit it on these panels or in these discussions, they do admit it with their ballot. And I think that they ought to have the integrity to own up to that rather than gaslighting themselves into thinking that Donald Trump is any benefit to them, because he clearly does not.
No. And I think, I've been saying this all along, and anybody that knows me that comes to my live every day, I truly believe, this is my opinion only, but I truly believe that anyone that's still riding with dictator over here, anyone who's still like in the MAGA chokehold, are either sociopaths or psychopaths.
True.
Because they don't have a single, no, this is not a new page. This is my backup. I'm on a 7-day timeout on my main. So this is my backup account. Make sure you're following my backup to my backup account below Val. I'm on this one for the next 6 days. But I think that they have no empathy. So they don't care about these people. Like, they're like, good, send them all there. Like, when they're talking about the immigrants and stuff, not realizing that CCOT is a death camp. No one ever is let go. And even the president of El Salvador said that today. He's like, nobody gets out. So if you have a prison that only holds 40,000 people and they just keep adding people to it, what do you think happens to the overflow people? Where do they go? Probably to go meet their maker. Okay? Nobody leaves that prison. No one is ever released from that prison. So, and then Donald Trump on Hot Mic is like, you need to build 5 more because next up is our homegrowns. So he's talking about U.S. citizens next. And that's people like me. That's people like Johnny. And see, U.S. Marine 150 down here said good. See that disgusting filth? Good. What's good about that, U.S. Marine? And you're a Marine?
Nah, it's just stolen valor. All right, I gotta get going.
All right, Johnny.
Do my rounds. Oh no, wait, never mind. He's on here.
Oh.
Before you leave, Johnny, before you
Hey,
leave.
no, yeah, stolen valor, my guy. So you said that you voted for Donald Trump, is that right?
No.
Yeah,
Hold on
I
a
want
second,
to. You said that
Johnny.
you
I was
voted for
talking to
Donald
Johnny.
Trump.
Oh, hold on one second, U.S. Marine. Hold on.
Yeah, before
So
you
just
leave,
to
Johnny.
confirm, so you
I
voted
wanted
for
to
Donald
tell you.
Hold on, Johnny. Val's asking you a question real quick, Johnny. Hold on.
Oh, sorry, no, what's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you, the chicken was the funniest damn thing I saw today.
Oh, yes.
It made me laugh every time you picked it up and squeaked that little bastard. I was like, this is funny.
The chicken's the funniest thing ever.
I used to use it all the time.
He did. He used to use it all the time.
Yeah, but then the loud squeaks got to a few folks, and I was like, oh, I don't want to break anybody's ears. So now I just do light squeaks with the chicken. Light tender cheese. Light little, tender chicken nugget squeaks, you know?
Maybe could hold a meaning.
Exactly. Johnny, go ahead and have at U.S. Marine because I've had it in a long time.
So you made a note. You made a note. Didn't you? What was the oath? What was the oath? You don't know the oath? The oath you took? You had to take an oath. What was the oath? You drilled it into your head. Do you not know what the oath is?
Absolutely, sir.
What is the oath?
What is it?
What?
To defend the Constitution of the United States of America, to defend against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. Come on, bro.
Okay, perfect. So Donald Trump has violated the Constitution time and again. No, yeah, I am. So Donald Trump has violated the Constitution time and again. Yes, he has. 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 Yes, he has.
He did today twice.
So when you look at, for example, the Second Amendment. Okay, so we look at, for example, the Second Amendment, which is a direct violation. He put down a bump stock ban, and whether you agree or disagree with it, the Supreme Court overturned it, and they ruled in June of last year that it was unconstitutional. He signed a executive order to do away with the 14th Amendment. Again, the Supreme Court is looking at that right now. It's been ruled time and again in the federal courts as unconstitutional. He said he wanted to violate the 22nd Amendment by running for a third term. He violated the freedom of the press in regards to AP News, kicking them out of the White House. That was overturned, and they had their press badge re-enshrined, but that was a violation of the First Amendment.
But he also didn't let him.
Violated.
Johnny, the AP News was supposed to be back in the White House press pool today, and he wouldn't let him in. So he violated that court order as well.
Right. This is a direct violation of these court orders and also the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the 14th Amendment, the 22nd Amendment. We could also talk about the fact that he, violated the insurrection clause, but you tell me which amendments has he not violated, because that'd probably be easier.
And that's okay.
I haven't muted you, man.
Yeah, no, I didn't say you did. I don't know, Sarah. I don't know.
He got gagged.
Really?
For the first time ever. I told him all that before too, but for some reason when you said it, he's like, "Oh, God." Did he leave?
Alrighty, now I'm gonna head out. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bye, Johnny. Thank you for cooking. He fried that bitch up in a pan. He ran so fast. Boom, gone. Well, that was that. Did you hear him also say from the in the Oval Office today that he was going to tariff pharmaceuticals, so we bring pharmaceutical manufacturing back here? That's going to directly affect people that are on disability and people on medications in general. Hi, Auntie Biscuit. How are you?
Oh, yeah, not so bad. Just a bit concerned about you guys at the minute.
Yeah.
Europe's got Europe things to deal with Russia, but we got that handled. I'm a bit concerned with you at the moment, given what's going on with such things as the SAVE Act that they're desperately trying to push through.
It's insanity, man.
So for those of you listening in, Diva knows me. I'm an infrequent flyer because I know you mostly deal with MAGAs, you mostly deal with Americans.
I always bring you up during friendly time, though. If you ask during friendly time, I always bring you up because I let anybody have a voice after 6.
Yeah, which is great because it means that we can actually interact.
Yes.
So I'm from Wales, the UK. I have quite a large family in the United States. I have quite a lot of friends in the United States. What I'm looking at right now is I'm looking at my history books and I'm doing a cross comparison between the 1930s in Germany and what's happening in the United States right now. Now, I'm very, very worried, given the fact that it's like they've taken Mein Kampf, they've taken The Handmaid's Tale, they've combined the two books together, they have sprinkled it liberally with American patriotism, and they then also put in a butt ton of Bible quotes. And what I'm seeing, especially with the attack against women in the United States, is something that I am extremely worried about, because not only are we going to see American women, anywhere between 69 or 79 million of American women effectively lose their right to vote because of the fact that the long form birth certificate is going to be required in most cases for women to vote, given that you don't have the time off, or when you do have the time off, you don't very often travel out of country, so passports aren't a synonymous thing with most Americans.
Well, and it's also cost prohibitive for some people, because they hear and I'm actually getting my passport tomorrow, but it's $160 something per passport, and I have to get one for me and my kids. So it's going to be like, by the time you have the state fees, the local fees, the government fees, the State Department fees, it's going to be like $600 to get the passports tomorrow. So it's actually a poll tax, which is against the Constitution.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing that is also concerning, because very often as well, because of the patriarchal structure, tradition has dictated that women take the husband's name, right? In the traditional marriage.
It's traditional. You don't have to, but most do. Yeah.
Most do. Because it's always, hey, welcome the new Mr. and Mrs.
Exactly.
That kind of arrangement. The fact is, in order to become a Mrs., you have to be married in the first place. Whereas boys, as soon as they reach adulthood,
they're Mr., right?
They become Misters automatically. There's no Miss, and Mrs. Sort of evolution or devolution. I'd even go for that. But the reality is that most women, when they've taken the husband's names, the children will also take the husband's name, which means that those women who have divorced, especially under extraordinary circumstances, such as domestic abuse, the fact that the husband may have stolen money, may have cheated, all of these things that effectively nullify the marriage, then the children also are going to have their names changed, assuming that she has full custody to enable such a thing to happen. So not only does the woman have to change her own name back to her premarital name, she may also have to spend a lot of money re-registering the children for such a thing.
Oh yeah.
That could literally cost thousands of dollars. And if you're from the sort of middle America, you haven't got much money, you're like, do I change my name or do I keep this money just in case I need an ambulance this month? People are going to choose the ambulance option. I would argue 95 out of 100 times, right?
Right.
And so this SAVE Act, is what I can see, is a direct violation of the 19th Amendment.
Yeah.
Because it is a sidestep without constitutional convention that will ultimately effectively remove the 19th from women. So what is being done to ensure that women have a vote
to ensure that women have a voice at a time when women's rights are under attack across the United States. And I ask this question because over the past couple of years, people have been so willing to start asking questions, say, about the trans community, like women's safe spaces. But what happens when a country does not become, or should I say, becomes a non-safe space for women, irregardless of
I don't know.
bathrooms and changing rooms?
I don't know. That's a very good question, because we're not protected anymore.
No.
They're actually targeting us.
It's weird. It's weird that the right wing, right, and certain,
Because they want to preserve the patriarchy.
yeah, have been like, oh my God, you're not allowed to use the bathrooms. Oh my God, what about changing facilities? And using the one or two examples of when a trans person has done some nasty things. I mean, percentage-wise, it's a tiny percentage. Bear in mind, priests, fathers, brothers, cousins.
Oh yeah, they don't need to find strangers. We get assaulted all the time. They don't need to go into bathrooms or changing rooms to harm us.
Exactly. But the thing is, it's like they have picked the trans community to get women up in arms about it. Now, don't get me wrong, I have a different perspective on sport. I think that there needs to be trans people need to hold off on the sports engagement until the science catches up and they can be provable things. That's my personal opinion as a trans person myself. And I might get some heat for that, but that's just my view on sports. I think there are certain boundaries. But when it comes to safe spaces, what happens when your country becomes the non-safe space? And this is the thing, these arguments that have been backing up the right wing, that have allowed a lot of people to talk a lot of crap. These culture wars have now led, at least in the United States, to the point where women are now going to lose all of their rights.
Yep. Yep, I hear you. I agree. It's unfortunately that's true. But thank you so much for coming up, Auntie. I got like a ton of people waiting to come up and only 30 minutes left for my live, but I really appreciated hearing from you. Thank you so much. It's important that we hear, yeah, you're welcome. It's important, I think, that we hear from time to time from people across the world, because what happens in America actually does affect other countries as well. And sometimes their perspective, they're not getting the propagandized stuff we get. So I like to hear their opinions sometimes. Martina, how are you?
It's been an interesting day, I'll say. How are you?
Girl, interesting is definitely one way to put it.
Yeah. I won't take up too much time. I just wanted to come up and spread awareness that April 19th, which is this Saturday, is the next nationwide protest that's co-sponsored between 5051, Indivisible, Women's March, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the next installment of what happened on April 5th is April 19th. And so if people are curious on how to get involved, 5050.1 is the website, and they'll be able to point you to how to find your local groups and also local protests. Because as Trump tries to dismantle democracy, I find that going out and being active in activism helps me feel like I'm doing more. So.
Feel like you're doing something, right?
Yeah. And if for some reason you can't leave your house, the ACLU has a bunch of online actions that you can take on that day or any day. So if you want to be involved digitally, there are ways for you to do that through the ACLU.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't go out and protest in personally because I have to take my 2 kids with me, and I can't. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
There's 2 special needs kids, so I'm not doing that. I think it's too. I mean, I'm in Florida. I just find it too dangerous. But my advocacy is doing this every single day.
100%.
Getting awareness out there. This is what I do. But I also do phone calls and all that. So I'll check out the ACLU site and see if there's any additional things I could do.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, today's been quite something.
Yeah, the homegrowns are going to El Salvador next, I guess.
Yeah. That's like me and you and people that they deem to be enemies of the state, and they just want to get us out of here. It's going to be political opponents too. What happens when it's the first U.S. citizen? Were we going to wait till then to rise up? No. When one person doesn't have due process, none of us have due process. Period.
100%.
So now's the time to stand up. Yep.
I'm an alum of Columbia University, and to see what they're doing to free speech right now is absolutely abhorrent. We're expecting, the university is expected to announce that they're basically handing over control to the Trump administration this week.
What?
For it to be monitored, for it to basically be put into oversight.
No. Why would they do that?
To try to get their $400 million of funding back. They're doing a similar threat to Harvard, but
Harvard already said, fuck you.
Yeah, Columbia's done the exact opposite. They've expelled, suspended, and revoked degrees of anyone who was involved in protests. They have now fired their university president and have an interim president, and the conditions coming from the Trump administration in order to
There's no DEI and stuff like that.
Yeah, basically to go into a version of conservatorship where the U.S. government becomes like the chair of their departments. It's devastating, to say the least.
This is utter insanity.
It is. So if you are a Columbia alum and you want to reach out to the administration and the board of trustees, you could also do that.
I mean, this is just straight crazy.
Yeah. It's beyond any of us to understand what they're doing. And the retired Columbia law professors are the one blowing the whistle right now on the fact they're giving control over this week.
Jesus Christ. You cannot give in. You cannot give in to dictators.
You can't, but
you can't.
Here they are doing it.
Oh my God. Well, thank you for that information. Thank you for spreading awareness for Saturday. I appreciate it.
No worries. Have a good one.
Thank you so much. Right, these people are buckling fast.
Absolutely.
That's so dangerous. Bon appetit. Are you a Trump or Harris voter? Bon appetit. All right. Maybe that was a tapping error. Let me move on to the next. Bob Voyage. Nerican, how are you? Looks like another tapping error. That's all right. Let's do the list a little quicker. I would be withdrawn from Columbia University so damn fast. Uh-oh, where'd they go? Nobody came up. Okay. I know a 49ers freak wants to come up. He's probably going to talk about the tariffs on pharmaceuticals that I brought up. Am I right?
You spoiled it.
I'm sorry. But I was upset about it only because one of my medications is over $6,000 a month. I mean, was it going to be $12,000? Shit.
Well, probably, but just for Utah, I'm guessing Trump is going to make it 300,000.
Yeah, true.
Why not? But I also wanted to just talk about what John Beers has said about the whole thing with Mr. Garcia. If that were really the case, then why did the Supreme Court rule 9-0? Because you're not going to come up here and tell the Supreme Court they did not do their research.
Correct.
before they made that ruling.
Of course they did. They had everything that was filed. So of course they knew.
Yeah. So, I just want to point out, Johnny, sorry, bro, but even though I don't like 5 of the justices, pretty sure they are smarter than you. So, sorry, bro. But,
Real quick, Papa Jeff, you thought they voted in favor of Trump. No, that's what they said from the Oval Office today, that it was a 9-0 victory for the Trump side because they're liars. Go ahead. 49ers freak. I'm sorry. I just had to address that because they said that everything they said today was a bold-faced lie. Everything. I mean, everything that they said from the Oval Office today was just a lie. All of it.
I mean, if only we had some indication that Trump was a 30,000-time liar in his first term. If only. But,
Yeah.
I do want to talk about the pharmaceutical tariffs a little bit, just because here's the thing that I want Trumpers to understand is that I know it hasn't happened yet, and it may not happen. But what I want to point out to you guys specifically is that if that goes through, there are older people and disabled people who rely on medications that actually keep them alive.
Correct.
I want you to understand that raising the prices on disabled people, on senior citizens, on low-income people of their medications that keep them alive is not helping. It is not something that is just going to hurt for a while. If what is hurting them is something that cannot be undone.
That's correct. And because he's wish-wash on every other tariff policy he has, we don't know if it's going to go into effect or what it's going to affect or if he's going to change his mind or if he's going to kowtow to like he did to China today. Like, we don't know. But we have to take him at face value that that's what he's going to try to do. But instead of doing that, he should start building companies, find people who want to make pharmaceuticals here and have them start building facilities and do that now before you put a tariff on, so you actually can manufacture them here instead of putting on tariffs of things that we need now that we have no infrastructure for.
Well, the only issue with that, though, Diva, is that would require him to be smarter than a 5th grader.
That's true.
And, I mean, I just don't see it.
We know that's not going to happen.
And I also just want to make it crystal clear that even this is negotiation tactics, the fact is that is still doing harm to people because you are intentionally, in my book, making older people, low-income people, disabled people have to worry about their future.
Exactly.
Education. Nothing about that is okay. Nothing. And I will state that as a fact because I am disabled. And I can state from my own experience that doing something like that to senior citizens, low-income people, disabled people is not something that is going to benefit them.
Yep.
So I just, I wanted to come up and just kind of, talk about that.
And what they don't understand, 49er, is that when he puts these tariffs on like man vacation, stuff like that, it's not just going to be against Democrats. It's going to affect Republicans too. They just don't care because they don't think it's going to affect them. Like somehow because they voted for him, they're going to be exempt from any of this pain.
Yeah.
It's going to affect them and their families too, or their grandparents, or their parents, or their children. It's going to affect them too.
Yeah, and it just legitimately hurts my brain knowing how much MAGA is okay with this because no matter what, he can do no wrong. Even when he's hurting their own family, he can't do any wrong.
That's why we call it a cult. It's not normal.
Yeah.
It's not normal.
Yeah, it's really not. And I also just wanted to say something else what you were talking about earlier with the homegrowns and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Is I just want to also tell Trumpers he would consider me on the radical left.
Yep.
So you're telling me that you're okay with him deporting someone like me who is physically disabled because I don't like him, because I don't agree with him, because I care about women, because I care about people, because I care about human rights. You're going to tell me, as someone on the radical left, it's okay for him to shit me off because how dare I challenge him?
Yeah, that's un-American and unconstitutional.
Yeah. So, but all right, I'll go ahead and go. I just wanted to,
Thank you so much.
And everything. But thanks for having me up.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And your voice, you're welcome. Your voice for the disabled is very important. So that's why I always bring you up, because I want you to speak for your community. Nelson, hello. How are you?
Hi, Diava. How you doing?
Today's been a day, boo.
Trust me, I've heard. I was listening to, what was his name, Johnny? Well, in fact, you were reading Supreme Court decision, he still couldn't get that through his head that was the decision. It's easy to keep your mouth shut and let people assume you're stupid. Open your mouth and remove all
doubt. Yes. That is so true.
Yeah, just always drop in, just say howdy.
Thank you so much, Nelson. I appreciate you being here all the time. Like, I truly appreciate your support.
Hi.
Hello. Okay. Take it easy. Have a good night.
You too, honey. Thank you.
I will.
All right. Bye.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Jem. How are you?
How's it going?
I'm exhausted. Driving home. Hey, how's y'all doing?
I've had a day.
I heard.
Just grotesque.
Been listening in the wings, and I'm just like, yep, not surprised anymore at the absolute hate and degradation they want to permeate on women and other people who don't agree with them, who literally are holding up the Constitution and the laws of this country, saying you can't do that, and you're next.
You are next. They just think somehow they're going to escape it and it's not going to affect them, but little do they know. Kay, how are you?
I'm doing good. Hi, Val. Hey, Jim. Hey, Diava.
Hello.
Sorry about what happened with you today. That caused a sickening, but
Thank you.
Disgusted me to the point. So it's just like,
I know.
whoa. Hey.
It was disturbing. It was.
Yeah. And I was thinking about what Val, to report it to law enforcement, but, it wouldn't be a bad idea to do that. Just so they can have it. If they don't do anything, at least you reported it.
Right. So if anything happens to me.
But I kind of wanted to take a. Exactly. At least it's documented. Black and white don't lie. So that's what we're taught at work.
Yep.
Quick question, and I wanted to touch bases with you all. I had to take a phone call earlier, but martial law, I was hearing that it was going to, that Donald Trump was thinking about doing that after the protest on Saturday. So it was going to, martial law was going to be called on the 20th. Have y'all heard anything like that?
No. He's, him and his people around him. I do not like really propagating it, to be honest with you, because the truth of the matter is this. That will be the day that he gets, because when you go after peaceful protesters in this country, a direct violation of the First Amendment, that's going to create issues for him.
Absolutely.
Because the military is not going to want to go against unlawful orders.
Right. But I mean, he does have his generals that may say, yeah, I'm kind of like that. I don't want to talk about it, but I was kind of like, when I heard the other lady talk about the protest, and so it's kind of concerning. it will be on Easter if that happens. So it's just all, and just so much to digest with this administration.
Yes, that's true.
And lastly, my head literally hurts, like I have a pounding headache just from hearing all of that crap with you earlier, Diava. Like I join in and I'm just like, I'm working and I'm like go Diava. I'm always like sending you roses. I literally don't
Thank
put
you.
the request up that often, but that literally disgusting. So I wanted to tell you personally
Thank you.
how disgusting I was.
Thank
and
you.
lastly, I wanted to talk about Val, and I know you like to cruise, and Jim, I'm not Jim. Maybe you do like to cruise, but I know Diava likes to cruise, and I like to cruise. What's going on? Because I'm taking a cruise next year to Alaska. Would that impact me with diseases or anything like that?
Yes. We got 4 pandemics going on right now, and we don't even have control over what happens on these boats. And they literally just wrote an EO that literally takes away the people who investigate cruise ships. So they will not be investigating any type of outbreaks, any type of correction, any type of bacteria, nothing. So yes, it does impact you. So please make sure that you buy insurance, make sure that you have an out if possible, because they are literally floating petri dishes.
Oh my God. Okay. Thank you. That's what I wanted to double check or make sure.
Have a different opinion.
I'll say Val has a different opinion, so I'll let him tell his opinion.
And there's a reason I have a different opinion on this. The thing is these boats, do have to follow, and they're under U.S. law when they're in a U.S. port. But when these boats leave the ports, they're under a different set of rules.
She just in Alaska though. It's U.S.
Yeah, no, but the boat itself
Are usually registered in different countries.
Registered in different countries, and that boat has to pay. They're under EU laws. Most all boats that you cruise on, especially if you cruise the main lines, like
Norwegian, it's gonna be Norwegian,
and Royal Caribbean, and those, and Norwegian and Princess. Those are all under either Italy or UK control. They follow the laws of that to the point that, the food is different on a ship than it is here in the U.S. They do not use the flours and the things that we have in the U.S. to make their breads and stuff like that. They actually use European flours and stuff like that because they're under a European flag. They can't serve the foods that we're used to in the U.S. So the preservatives aren't there.
Right.
So that actually this concerns me in a point that the U.S. people don't know if a breakout happens on a boat. That would be a concern.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, well, they investigating. Right.
Where the EU, you'd have to go through EU channels to find that out. Does that make sense?
I'm just going to say, Assalamu alaikum, God bless you, peace be with you, bring your tea, bring your holy water. I don't give a shit about the food. I don't give a shit about the food. I give a shit about the nasty critters called humans that walk up in there with their bacteria, don't wash their damn hands, and spread it all over the food.
But we had to know. They don't. You're not touching food unless it's yours on a ship. That's a
well, we do have. I know with Carnival, we can't touch the utensils going through the what do you call it? The buffet kind of thing.
Right, but still, you have to grab your one set of utensils, but you don't touch the food.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah, you don't touch the food. Right.
That is true.
You touch the utensils. Yeah. It's all scary. Yeah. So. Well, I love you all. So I love listening to y'all. You guys keep me through from Zeus until now, like all
Thank
day
you.
working. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Love you too.
You do your hard work.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything. So thank you guys. Have a good evening.
You too.
Listen to Dr. Keisha in the comment section.
Yeah, she's like, don't go. Yeah, Val's going either way. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing is you run across these things. You run across these types of people on boats, no matter what. It doesn't matter.
Norovirus has been around since forever, as far as on cruise ships, because they're such high contact areas. All the doors, handles, See, I'm a germaphobe, so I would be like, I'd either have like hand sanitizer with me, so every time I touch something, I'd sanitize my hands.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely do that.
Yeah, there's on a ship. There's hand. You can't walk 10 feet and not find a hand sanitizer situation.
Fun fact, hand sanitizer doesn't work on bird flu.
God, I'm getting nervous
Thinking
now.
of medicine with too much going on.
All right.
I'll keep you guys posted. Like if I decide to just wait.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Kay.
Okay, much love, guys.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Good night.
Good night. Well, I'm a germa.
Ready to fly. I get that too.
I'm a germaphobe just because I'm immune compromised, so I have to be a germaphobe, or I'd be sick all the time. So, when Troy and Sabrina were little, and they were going to regular school every day, I was sick every 6 weeks with something. Like I constantly, because they were constantly bring stuff home, and my immune system shot. So it's like I have to be a germaphobe in order to protect myself. I mean, because people are nasty.
I don't know if y'all have been watching that new show, Dr. Odyssey, but after watching that, it made me not want to go on a cruise.
All right. Hey, y'all, I have my live gift goal up there. I only need 2 more of the little star mats for my goal. Could you guys do that for me? I really appreciate it. Thank you. Just want to hit my little goal today.
I got 3 coins. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, thank you, Mishi Mouse.
I feel like I'm punished for being the working class poor.
I just need 1 more now. Yay. Wolfric, how are you?
Sad, but okay.
I've had a day myself, but
Yeah, it's just PCD for me.
I don't know what that stands for.
Post-con depression.
Oh, did you went to the convention? Was it fun?
It was very fun. Met a lot of people.
Good.
Saw a lot of furs, and I actually met a few femme idols and all that.
Nice. And your mom let you go.
Oh, she had no choice in it.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. I know we were trying to embolden you to be like, go, have fun. Like,
yeah,
let's go.
If it's okay, I'd like to share a few pictures, if that's okay.
Sure. Oh, thank you, Greg. Thank you guys for my goal. Yay.
I literally think I'm following Grandpa Moses.
Why? Oh, you mean on the road?
Dear God, I think I aged backwards just now.
That was me going through drive-through at Wendy's last night. I spent 40 minutes in the Wendy's drive-through because the kids wanted Wendy's last night. I have never seen these, like Chick-fil-A, I understand because it's always wrapped around the building, but this was like Wednesday, like 8 o'clock. Like it wasn't even early or like dinner time. And the people working were slow too. So it wasn't just the moving the cars, because even when I got to the window and it was my turn, he was like, who are you? What order did you have? What did you do? And I'm like, what? Like they didn't have oh my God. They didn't have any of my drinks. Oh, cool. Okay, tell us who that is.
Apparently, its name is Taco.
Taco, okay.
It was just a girl in a Furby suit, and she was acting all crazy. And apparently, she said her name was Taco or something.
That's cool. Okay, you have another one?
That doesn't look like any taco I know.
Let's see.
I even did for my Wendy's order. I even ordered ahead, so I ordered it on the app, so I could just go through and pick it up. And it was 40 minutes, and I ordered it through the app. Oh, that one's cute.
It's a jackalope.
That's cute.
Yeah. His name is Fleur.
Cute. Yes, I do. And yes, I do think that even Taco Bell workers and Wendy's workers and McDonald's workers, yes, Jake, I do want them to be able to make $20 an hour, because anybody that trades their labor for a company should be able to make a living wage no matter what job you do. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. That one's really pretty.
Yeah, I met this is a friend from Texas and actually lives in Texas.
Nice.
That's cool.
Let's see.
Oh, but I swear to God, you all were talking about driving. I swear to God, there's people out there that were never taught how to do a rolling right-hand turn ever.
Oh yeah.
See if I can find it.
I don't know what's happened to people on the road. It's like they've forgotten how to drive. Like completely forgotten.
Here's Mars, my fem idol.
Aw.
Yeah.
Those are cute.
You can't really see me because.
That's okay. That one's so cute.
Yeah, and I have one more to show off, and it is a tad bit scary.
Oh wow, the hell, that's a hell of a costume.
It's a xenomorph from Alien.
That is really cool. That is a hell of a costume. That had to have been expensive. Oh, hi, Standing Tall. Hi.
The faces in the neck.
Oh my God, that's so funny. That's a great costume. That's an expensive costume right there.
Well, somebody spent a lot of time on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
that's so cool.
Those costumes do cost like what? Up to like I was at they have this little area called I need to say they have this place called the Dealer's Den. Most of the heads and paws, just the head paw pairs, $2,000.
I bought Ava has a head.
Oh.
Yes, my daughter has a head. And it's I don't know where it is, but it's really, really super cute. But it was like $75, which I'm guessing is rather cheap, seeing what you're talking about.
Way cheap.
But I got it. She got it from Etsy from somebody who like custom makes them. And I guess they made it for somebody and then they didn't buy it or whatever. And so they were selling it, I guess, kind of cheap. So she was like, oh my gosh, I love this head. Can I get it? And I'm like, sure. So I got it for her. So.
One question. Does the head look like a dino?
No, I know what you're talking about. She makes dino masks herself for other people. Like she makes them and furs them and all that. I know what you're talking about, but I know this is a full-on mask. Like the whole head. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. She loves it. So, I you know what? I'm with my kids, as long as it's nothing that's going to harm them, and they're like, hey, I want to get a fur head, or I want to, sure. If you want to express your individuality any way you want to, that's fine. I've always been that way. I always let my kids have whatever hairstyle they want, whatever, dress however you want, because they're human beings, and they have likes and dislikes too. And if they want to try different stuff, I'll let them try it. I mean, like I said, as long as it's not harmful, I don't care.
Yeah, my mom, once I got home on Friday, my mom lectured me for about an hour because of me going to this convention, and the main thing I took from it is that she believes that you can't really know someone if they're behind a costume or / pretending to be something they're not, in her words.
Well, that's kind of the point.
Well,
no, I'm just saying that's kind of the point. You're dressing. It's just like Halloween, but not Halloween. Like you're just dressing up, and you're having fun, and you're doing a persona or a whatever. It's okay that you can maybe hide your face where you might be more introverted and shy. But you get to be more extroverted because your face is covered and you feel more comfortable without them seeing your face, and you can be more animated. So I think it's awesome. I don't have any problem with furries. I don't have a problem with any of that stuff, as long as, it's cosplay, it's furries, it's like Halloween for grown-ups, not on Halloween. I just don't find any harm in it. So.
Yeah, I actually, I don't know what I was going to say. Sorry.
That's okay.
Anyway, thanks for bringing me up.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your pictures with us. I'm really glad you went, and I'm really glad you had a good time.
If you want, I can put all the pictures in the Discord. I have a lot.
If you want to, sure. If you want to share them, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. All right, well, have a great rest of your day, okay?
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Well, hell, after death threats, anything's going to be better tonight after I get off here. It's got to get better. But Jem, is there anything you wanted to say before we closed out? Because I know you came up kind of late because you were working today.
think Jim's busy pushing somebody.
And you're probably right. She's out there like, here, I'm going to help you go. Yeah, I think anything that consenting adults do is perfectly fine with me. I literally don't care.
Don't bother me any.
I honestly do not care.
Yeah, I was in Vegas and they were doing a big convention there, and we were there for a nationals tournament. They were doing a huge convention, and we were staying at the Link, and the Link is part of Caesars. It's right across the street from Caesars, and the Link has like a mini downtown. So it's got like have you seen the big Ferris wheel?
Yes.
That's the Link. Okay. Yeah, so the big Ferris wheel's right at the back side of the Link, and they have all the things you can do there, but restaurants galore and everything. It's a lot of fun. But they had a big deal there in Vegas one time. It was wild. It was fun to watch. That's
cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm all about, like, I don't, like I said, if it's consenting adults, I don't care what you do. I don't like kink shame or like anything, whatever you're into, it's fine as long as it's consensual and nobody gets hurt. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. You like?
I kink shame because I can't get kinky anymore. My springs don't work.
Lord, TMI, Jam. Jesus, no. Is there anything else you want to say? I know you didn't get a chance to say much today because you were working. Is there anything you wanted to say before we close out?
No, I just wanted to jump up. I listen, even though I can't partake.
Oh, I know. I saw you in the comments. I knew you were here. You just couldn't participate because you were at work. I knew.
Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to say hi to everybody. And, I know that we keep hearing crazier and crazier stuff. And like I said before, something is going to pop off, and it's probably going to be really, really bad. As if it can't get any worse than this, but it can.
It can.
And then the American people are going to be forced to take a stand.
Yep.
And to make decisions based on humanity, democracy, and just fucking common sense that we have to protect our children's future. So get ready, America. It's going to be a bumpy ride. You can hope not, Zaire, but it's happening, boo.
It's already happening.
Every single time they allow him to push the gamut a little further, every single time Congress does not hold him accountable, every single time the Supreme Court gives him a little more leeway, even if we go back, and I know, Val, and you will agree with me on this one, even when we go back to his criminal conviction, when they did not give him any jail time or put any stipulation that if he committed any other crimes, they allowed him
to
become the monster he is. And he is seeking retribution. He is going to harm America. He already has.
He's already done, I think, some irreparable harm, to be honest with you.
Sorry, I hate to be and I know Val loves cruising, but after I heard that executive order, Val, I was scared for people like you who cruise often.
I'm a little less concerned going out of the cruise I'm going on next out of Long Beach than I would be going out of Texas.
Yeah. Why? Why are you more concerned about Long Beach?
No, I said I'm less concerned.
Oh, gotcha.
Because people in California tend to do the right things more than
Thank you.
You don't say.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping that, people like seriously about this show, Dr. Odyssey. If people haven't watched it, it's about a medical crew on the Odyssey, this private, very wealthy ship, and it's very modern love boat, and it's on. You can bring it up and watch the series. I'm hoping they bring it back for a second season. I really enjoy it, but I will tell you, it is scary because if we start deregulating all the things that have kept us moderately safe, when we've already had outbreaks of viruses and stuff because we failed to do so, we're going to have more people lost, and that's what's going to happen, sadly.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you, Val. Thank you, Val. Thank you, Jim. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for all the support today. I really appreciate how much you guys are supporting and the kind words that you said to me through all the threats I received earlier. Thank you so much. Yeah. I appreciate the kind words. I appreciate the cash apps, the Venmos. Thank you for my live gift goal. We almost to 500K. Oh my goodness, you guys almost got me to 500K on my backup. That's crazy. But
see what happens when I can't do commercials?
I know, right? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support. It means everything to me. I couldn't do this every single day without you. So I really appreciate you, and know that I need you guys as much as you say you need me. I really needed you guys today, and you were there for me. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I am going to have myself a couple adult beverages later and chill, because today was really rough. But I love you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, and we'll do this all over again. Mwah. Love ya. Thanks, Val. Oh, Bo, Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, I forgot I was still on here. Sorry. I always forget. Thank you guys for being here too. Appreciate you guys on YouTube and Twitch. Thank you for the support you guys provided me earlier when I was dealing with the death threats and the getting my account banned and then I'm getting it back. So it's crazy. But thank you guys for riding it out with me today. I love you so much. I'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll do this all over again. Okay. See you later. Love you. Bye.